Smooth, let's talk some ball. I know what you're saying. Ronbo, don't come in here like you ain't late. Listen, here's the thing. This is a true story. In the backyard is a cat, mine exactly, trapped up in a tree in the back. I had to go up and get him. It wouldn't come down without screaming. I know you don't believe me. I don't believe it either. And then when I got all the way at the top of the tree to grab him, he hustles down the tree. I said, are you serious? Oh, God. Okay. William Roberts, I know. Who was that that said I ate one of Rudy's tacos? Listen, I really would like to taste one of Rudy's tacos. At least if it's good, I can say, Rudy, this is the one thing I like about you. All right, let's get real serious because I'm already late as it is. San Francisco Super Bowl window slammed shut. What? Tonight, the 49ers 2025-2026 season already, there's a word, it's a word, already, media viewed as doubtful. Fam, last year, we were tired. We were poor. Our whole masses yearned for more. You can't go that many years in a row kicking ass and not get a little weary, okay? So I told you last year, going into that season, guys, I'm worried about this season. 49ers have had let up for a long time. They may be expired. I knew it. And now people think, nah, man, you guys are weak. You're done. Okay, so we're going to find out about that in the next few months, ain't we? I don't know. Did somebody pee in the cornflakes of a lot of Sports Illustrated people? They're calling top pick Michael Williams a potential bust. A Solomon Thomas and second coming of before his first NFL even snap. Michael Williams certainly is an outstanding run defender, but he needs to be a productive pass rusher as well to justify the 49ers drafting him in round one. I mean, how many guys around the league can you say that about? They got drafted. I mean, maybe I should go around and read some other reviews about other teams. In three seasons, though, at Georgia, and repeat, at Georgia, where they just have a machine out there, he recorded just 14 sacks. Now, you do the math on that, okay? That's a little over 4 sacks, maybe one season or two at 5. Oh, that's just... And nobody cares about the fact that... nobody cares that he had a high ankle sprain. They just discount that entirely. He's a bust! Oh. Even if C.J. West is nothing more than a 2-down nose tackle who's staunch against the run, he'll be worth what? Fam. You know, even a 4th-round pick, if he's going to be stopping the run, I feel good about him. What? We were one of the worst teams in the league. Weren't we in the 30s in stopping the run? Get off it. Well, we did get a positive. The 49ers drafted a few projects this year. Nick Martin is not one of them. Grant Cohn. I see you out there, Grant, all right? You're one of the few people SI is actually being nice. Alas. CBS Sports gives the 49ers a rare, and I mean extremely rare, A-plus draft grade praising defensive tackle Alfred Collins and value pick C.J. West, bucking all the criticism from PFF and SI. God. Get up off him. In fact, will you wait a minute until the season starts? There's no declaring bust in May. Okay, for the sake of argument, a bit of concern is warranted, yes or no? All right? Opinions on how the 49ers, these things are, when people pre-grade, whether it's positive or extremely negative, either way, You're out of line. You got to wait till these guys get on an NFL field. They're kids. They just got out of school. And let's see what they look like with grown men. But, fam, I got to tell you, the opinions on how the 49ers will perform this season are all over the place. If you're a 49er fan, they're driving us into anxieties and things like that. But know this, you know your team better than they do. You really do. If you're really Niner faithful, you've been watching what's been going on the last few years, and you pretty much can know what to expect this year. I know last year was a booby trap. I didn't see that coming. We fell into wait a minute, what am I saying? I just said I did. I saw the fact that I don't know how we could keep a high-level performance up going on for this many years in a row. Okay, the league was catching up with us anyway the year before. But opinions on how the 49ers will perform this season are all over the place. Some analysts are laying praises on the draft class, and some won't stop with the championship window. Your window is closed, Niners! You're done! Your draft sucks! You got a lot of guys out there getting older and leaving, and Kyle Shanahan is overrated! Okay, you guys, that's why we play the games. No matter what anybody says, though, the fact is this. The Niners have enjoyed plenty of success over the last 8 years under Shanahan and Lynch. While why some people continue to underestimate them, it's kind of nonsensical. Lynch and Shanahan know what they're doing. And I know you didn't win the Super Bowl, but still, you're still kicking ass a lot. Nobody wants to play the 49ers in the regular season. For the last few years, every team in the league marked, oh, God, the 49ers on this date. You know they did. They did. Regardless of how mad we are about the imperfection of the Super Bowl, nobody wants to play the 49ers in the last few years. Validity behind some of the doubt, though, is debatable. I have to admit to that, but can the jury stand down? Can he stand down just a minute? Yes, Brock Purdy will no longer be on a cheap contract. Key players on both defensive line have departed, and both Deebo Samuel and Dre Greenlaw are gone. I know. They between the two of them dudes, man, they could carry a team. I mean, there were games that they did carry the 49ers. I know that. Everybody knows that. Many core players are aging. This year's draft left some fans disappointed as the Niners did little to improve the offensive line to further fuel the gripe we've been having for how many years. And by the way, as I mentioned that, I do mention this as well. We've been griping about that for how long? We've been competitive for how long? See, this is the thing. There's a pushback. If you find Chris Forrester on the street, Chris, will you please stop telling Kyle Shanahan to go ahead and get himself a playmaker? You can make an offensive lineman, not anybody. You're pissing us off. You know what Chris would say? You're a 49er fan? Obviously. Have you watched a lot of NFCCGs and seen a couple of Super Bowls? Granted, they didn't win them. But you notice how well they do? They didn't lose the Super Bowl because of their offensive line, he says. And defensively, teams didn't score many points. So, what are you talking about? Chris, let me buy you a drink, all right? Let me tell you what. I'm a little pissed off. I understand that. And you guys have done well. I got no right giving you a hard time. I'm sorry. Cheers. But no, that's the fantasy. I'd still talk to them. The players they drafted may not have immediate success either. Can't overlook the team has lost 2 Super Bowls under the current regime. As we're reminded about that all the time by those fellows down in Southern California that I wish could have their horns jerked off their head, left bleeding to death. But Sam, I said, how many teams have been in the mix as long and consistently as the Niners? This is the thing, I'm not saying losing Super Bowls is acceptable, but unlike most teams in the league, if you keep being in the Super Bowl, the odds are greater for you to win one ahead of those who don't have any organizational skills or fortitude to even get their team into the Super Bowl. How many guys are firing coaches every year? How many teams are struggling at the top of the draft each and every year? Cleveland. So, it's you want to be them. This is why I say, there's time to be grateful and there's time not to be. All right. The Diggs point, the Diggs are legitimate, but are they enough to entirely write the Niners off for this year? Okay, let's go there. Let's go ahead and do that. Why doubting them is questionable. The favorite whipping boy, Kyle Shanahan. And I've already admitted I'm the apologist for Kyle. There are times that I think he's taking a little too much heat for what took place. It's like, I mean, Leo DeRocher, one of the greatest baseball managers of all time. Let's say the pitcher's out there on the mound, he's struggling. He can't get a plate. He can't get the ball across the plate. There's a parade of guys being walked around the plate, and then all of a sudden, the pitch. Let's say the pitcher's not doing that bad. Let's reverse that. He's striking everybody out. He may walk one guy, two guys, maybe. The next batter comes up and hits a hot grounder to the shortstop. The shortstop muffs that ball. He takes too long to pick it up. Then he throws a wild throw to first base. 2 runs scored. DeRocher, in that interview, he says, DeRocher walks past the mound and towards shortstop. Normally you take the pitcher out, right? No, Leo got the shortstop and told him to walk with me. He walks back into the dugout with the shortstop and sends another guy out there to play shortstop. Fam, I said many times, people always say, it's Shanahan's fault. Did Shanahan fumble the ball? Who dropped that pass? Who missed that assignment? It's his fault. You guys, this is week 12. At this point, if that player has been doing fine all season, all of a sudden he does that, it's not Kyle's fault. Sometimes you have to lay the blame where it is. That's why when Debo dropped that pass against the Rams, I was livid. He never friggin' drops that pass. That's his play. Slant across the inside. The ball's there to meet him. He carries it to wherever he wants to. He friggin' dropped it. Now the Rams are talking, oh, we swept you guys. Anyway, he faces a lot of criticism, some which is deserved, but he doesn't get enough credit for his accomplishments, is what I'm saying. Most of the league would envy the success the Niners have experienced over the past 7 years. Shanahan and Lynch built this team from the ground up. Why would you believe that they can't rebuild this team and replace players? It makes no sense. It's just draft address significant needs. 3 of the first 5 picks focused on improving the defensive line, which was a major concern last season. We sat there and we watched in horror as running backs would just take off and do whatever they please, right? The run defense struggled, often putting offense in tough situations. Enter Nicholas Martin. Because there was no Dre Greenlaw. We knew we were going to be in a little bit of trouble, but who knew that Devondre Campbell was a complete idiot? He had a couple of games. He was not bad. But for the most part, he sucks. Martin's draft profile resembles that of Greenlaw's. Both players were considered undersized coming out of the draft, yet fast and athletic. Dre Greenlaw, was he here? Did Robert Saleh pull him out of the draft? Anyway, this guy is frequently making plays near the ball, as did Dre. He's a Dre clone. Even the pick of Jordan James appears to be a replacement pick, as the boy possesses a similar running style with Jordan Mason. Going on to go get some money. Good for him. We can feel confident about the Niners outperforming expectations. The talent is there. The coaching is solid. Robert Saleh is back. And most importantly, the Niners are returning to their winning formula to maim and cripple defenses combined with an explosive offense. Although, fam, we if you've noticed, and we're screaming, yelling all the time, for entertainment reasons, the current rules of the NFL do favor the offensive production, and it makes it harder for teams to play effective defense. But that is why having a dominant D is very, very important. You got to just, you just got to hit them right and left, intimidate them, scare them. A tough D will still provide a significant advantage, no matter what the refs are doing, especially since the Niners have the capability to explode offensively at any given moment. CMC is back, okay? He was the one who triggered. That was the ignition switch of the 49ers offense. Jordan Mason was a great running back, but he didn't terrify DCs. I mean, now if Kristen's on the field, you don't really know, is he going to bump off of tackles? Is he going to run a bubble maybe, possibly every now and then? Is he going to do something else? You got to guess, because whatever he's going to do, it's going to be dangerous. So DC's got to plan for that. I still trust that Shanahan can successfully scheme the offense for the production, even without an elite offensive line. I don't like it. I know they're going to do, and initially you notice, I really believe, and I'm reading around the media sites, I think everybody's right on this. The offensive linemen that they were particularly wanting were not available when they got to pick at 11. So you don't reach, and they did reach on a couple of picks possibly this year, but don't reach on an offensive lineman. Go ahead and get somebody on defense, and they did, which was a very smart thing to do. We witnessed the consequences of defensive failures last season over and over. Salah's back with his style of football and some new hand-picked assassins out of the draft. I don't believe the Niners will continue to suffer this season. I really don't. And I'm going to say that now because so later on I'm going to say, hey, Ronbo, man, all that trash you talking before the season started, man. We're 2 and what? What did you remember me saying? But despite the doubts, the Niners remain contenders with strong coaching, key draft additions, and a proven formula of elite defense and explosive offense. And the Niners are betting favorites to win the NFC West in 2025. But the skeptics are hard favoring the scams. Scams, I mean... You know, you guys, here's the thing. The Scams won 10 games in 2024, and 2 of those wins were gifted donations from us, the 49ers. Don't tell me you beat the 49ers up. There was no domination out there. You didn't just take over the game at any one point. You got lucky twice. So, honestly, your record at the most should have been 9. At the most. The Scams should be considered a lock at the top of the division anyway. And as a defending division champion, the Rams will play a more difficult first-place schedule this coming up season. Now, see, now they're going to feel the brunt of what we had to go through last year. Their menu includes no cheesecake, and, of course, there'll be no barbecue chicken wings. Hosting Detroit and Houston. Travel across the country to play the Ravens and Eagles. You can have enough poultry to make you sick. I mean, the only thing that can save you is injuries. But if Saquon is in, what do you think is going to happen to you? Lamar's got more help this year. It sucks to be you. Oh, man. Hey, and the Scams lost to both Detroit and Philly last season. And Detroit was hobbled. While, like I said, it barely escaped it with 2 of them 2 wins against the Niners, who were out there wobbled and hobbled. And Debo and Ronnie Bell put butter and grease on their hands or something before they played. Meanwhile, the Niners play a last-place schedule. No Lions, no Ravens, no Eagles. You know, people are talking about a weak schedule. I was saying, man, I do not believe in no damn weak schedule, okay? I kind of do now. Unlike 2024, the Niners are hoping not to have to play most of the season without CMC. And maybe Brandon Ayuk may make a cameo or 2 this season. I don't know. I'm hoping he comes back by the bigger part of the season. So aside from everything else, the strength of schedule eye test points to a tough road for the Scams in repeating the division championship. Rams, if by the midway mark of this season, I'm telling you, oh, my God. But setting aside strength of schedule, fam, how impressive was the Scams' 2024 season? Division win? Easy answer. Not that. It wasn't that big of a deal, Rams. Get over yourself. I'm not hating, just laying out the truth here. Last year, the Scams won the NFC West with an overall 10-7 record. They were the first team to win the division with 10 or fewer wins since the 2016 Hawks. It's a long time ago. Who won the NFC West with a 10-5-1 record. Eric, I'm just putting out the numbers. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm just saying, because it's hard to win the division, but still. Among those 10 wins by the Rams in 2024, 8 were decided by less than a touchdown. You guys slid by every week. The Rams' 18-point win over Minnesota in the wild card round was their most impressive win all season long. Matthew Dimes Stafford, as Marketing Pro likes to call him for reasons unknown, threw for 300 yards just twice in 16 regular season games. Twice, that's it. You got Puka out there. You got Kupp. You got other people as well. What? Because McVay stopped scam quarterback star elite from throwing the ball all day long, which cut down on his INTs and improved performance and kept the other team off the field so they didn't have the opportunity to beat your ass worse. Which is, and it's just football, right? And the team averages 21.6 points per game. In contrast to the 49ers, 6-11, right? Average 22.99 points per game. And Brock Purdy, by the way, threw for 300 yards or more 5 times. Yeah, you people say he shouldn't get paid. Booker Nicholas running around campaigning about it. 49ers pay him. The Super Bowl window is closed. Now, I don't want to see him get overpaid either, but I'm just saying, if there's anybody who has license to criticize what Brock gets paid, it's not a Ram. No, you guys hush. Make no mistake with scams, injuries, exhaustion, a steep fall off in the defense took a toll on the Niners last year, and that's pretty much the reason why you guys escaped. Niners have gotten plenty of rest this year, as you know. They're resting right now, even as we speak. Well, they're working out, but they're resting. They've been resting for a while now. And they're probably not happy about what happened last season. As players return to form in D.C., Robert Saleh puts a stamp on that side of the ball. Oh, hallelujah. There's no reason to think the Niners won't bounce back quickly and be highly competitive in the NFC West. None whatsoever. I got to tell you, though, I am concerned about what the Hawks are doing over there, and I'm always worried about the Cardinals. When I'm not worried about anybody else, I'm worried about them. Coach Shanahan 10-6 against the Scams coach Sean McVay. And the gap finally closed a bit, though. Oh, good for him. They finally swept the Rams. The Rams finally scored twice on the 49ers in years. When Shanahan has been able to deploy his playbook fully, he has proven he can consistently, though, hand Sean his ass up, down, and sideways. Scams are a young and talented team, granted. They're coming along. I'll give you that. Are you coming along? I think your defensive line is tough. I really do. But I'm not going to overrate the rest of that team. What the Rams have been able to do is show how quickly a retooling franchise can bounce back. I do give you credit for picking out Puka. Puka's a badass. Yeah, I admit it. I got no problem with that. It wasn't that long ago that San Francisco was riding high after a Super Bowl appearance, and folks were riding off. Scamsville is, are the 49ers the best team in the NFC West? Are the 49ers the best team in the NFC? No. Honestly, no, they're not. Can they get to 11 wins in 2025 on a last place schedule? Probably. I mean, we'd have to see Lamar, Saquon. You guys do. I mean, the Lions are probably still burning. If you play them too early this season, they're going to hurt you. Guaranteed they're going to hurt you. And such an outcome could be enough to take back the NFC West crown. Fam, the odds makers could be onto something. They've been saying this for a while now. I'm starting to think first when they said it, come on, man, this is Vegas trying to take people's money. Maybe not. I just looking at that whole breakdown before I came in here, I said, you know what? That makes sense. It's late, Ronbo. Get to the phone. Matty S. is waiting. Oh, wait. Super Bowl. Super Bowl is doubtful because Kyle is a choke scan to hand. Bobo's always been like this. Bobo, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Breathe. Matty.
Ronbo.
Matty, they want us to entertain doubts. They want us to believe that our draft was terrible. I don't know how many teams get this kind of treatment. But what do you think?
Every time you say it, I throw up in my mouth, Ronbo. Every time I throw up. Because it's not true.
I agree. I fully agree.
Have you seen our team? Like, have you met the 49ers this year?
I've looked at them.
And what is about to ensue.
I love it. The enthusiasm's there.
At the hands of Robert Saleh.
I love that. I really do. Kyle doesn't have to be responsible for anything going on there. He can focus on offense and be a head coach still, but still. I like it.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Like, we're just, I think, last year was kind of, it is what it is. But the year before, multiple years before that,
yeah.
As a 49er fan, you kind of got used to you got used to the winning. And that's what this season's going to bring us again, is a lot of winning.
Mm-hmm. And, man, we became ungrateful. If the 49ers lose one or two games, we're all pissed off.
Yeah.
We should know
Like,
there's reasons for it other than what we're thinking. It's not all about Shanahan. It is about several different factors. Is why we finally gave out. People say they get paid too much money to be given out. Okay, I'm done.
Well, that last year that we went to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, didn't we lose like 5 games in a row that season?
Yeah, that was a heroic season. That was a lot of work too. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. So we've lost some, but we've gained some, and I feel like I said, it's not just the defense that Robert Saleh will affect. It's the rest of the team, man. Like it's a different energy in the house, and he's personally picked certain players. So I've seen his previous work, so I'm gonna assume that the dude knows what he's doing.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna trust the process, man. Like all these worry warts and this, and I'm worried about that, and it's like, come on, man, just let it go. Just
trust the process.
The terror
of the guys that we
ensue.
Yep. Because, like you said, Robert Saleh.
But I will say, don't underestimate our own division.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Division games are always tough, but let's be honest. I'm not going to assume that we're going to get swept again like we did last year. We just got manhandled in the West last year. We got swept by every team. The Cardinals beat us up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Rams escaped us, but they still got away. Those are still two wins. And the Hawks should have,
some of those games we had a lead in, though, too. You got to remember, like, some of those games we lost last season weren't by much, and some of them were actually because of the kicker. But at the same time, with what we were working with, like, it wasn't, when you just see a score, sometimes you don't realize, like, we were in that game for a little while.
I know. I am still concerned about Jake Moody. Nothing's been said about Jake Moody. Matty, if he opens the season, if he doesn't go 5 or 6 weeks without missing, there's going to be reason to concern. I think the 49ers have a backup plan, though. They're not going to let Jake. Yeah, he's not going to go all season.
No. Well, that's the thing, Ronbo. It's like, we're all going to. It's going to take, like you just basically just said, it's going to take a while. Every one of us is going to be a little gun shy for a while.
I know.
And we're just going to assume the worst, and it's going to take a little while to prove himself again.
Yeah. Every time he walks on the field, we're all going to go, oh, God, how much time? Okay, if he misses, we still get the ball back one more time. Jake, come on, Jake. You're good. Snap. Oh, Jake. Wide right, always wide right, Jake. Why don't you wide left once or twice? God, it's always wide right. Why don't you make an adjustment? I feel those emotions the same way I did watching the game. It just makes you insanely crazy. And then he has that face, Matty. That's what pisses me off the worst. He has that look on his face like, Jake, this is what you do.
Yeah.
That's all your job is. Every day you go out and you work out.
That's your whole job.
That's all you do, Jake. Why can't you get this down? You were better than this in Michigan. What is it?
Oh yeah. That's why we picked him up. It was money.
Exactly.
But like we've talked in the past, dude, it's a mental issue.
Yes, and kickers can't
not an ability issue.
I know. Kickers can't do that. Matty, if a kicker's head, if he's not like Robbie and his heart pumps ice water, he's gonna have these days.
Yeah, that's different. Robbie's a different human being.
He is, ain't he?
He's built different.
He is. Robbie's amazing. He doesn't get enough love. He's going to the Hall of Fame. Because here's a guy that can hassle with guys like Jalen Ramsey. Him and Ramsey going at it the whole game, right? And Robbie's just looking at him as he's walking out toward the tee to kick the ball and still talking trash. That is amazing. Do you realize most kickers have to focus? Their mind goes blank. They're trying to get this kick they can't miss. Robbie, he's talking trash to Jalen.
It's hilarious,
God,
dude. I love it.
Gold. And boink.
Also, what's his face with the Colts? What's that dude's name that kicked for the Colts forever?
And he never missed it till last year a little bit too.
He was similar too. He was another Robbie Gould, man.
One of the most famous guys in the game. Man, we got to go because I'm too late. But I tell you what, I'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, dude. Sunday. I can't wait, my friend. I'm excited to see what ensues. I mean, look what already happened this week, man. We picked up all sorts of people. So,
Ross Dwelly is back. Yeah.
Ross Dwelly's back. We got that guy from the Cardinals on the defense.
Yeah, for safety. We're going to need it. Well,
Yep.
They're taking care of business.
All right, buddy.
All right. See you Sunday.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. All right, buddy.
Night, buddy. Here he goes, my dude. Hey, Smooth. Come on, Smooth. Get in here, man.
What's popping, homie?
Oh man, I'm just I'm just making sure we're all on the same page. Don't let the critics get you down. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Smooth, if anybody knows, you're the guy. You're the one who pumps people up when everybody else is going down. You were doing that during the draft.
Smooth chilling, man. I ain't worried about all those people that's hating and all that, man. I don't worry about all that, bro.
Yes, right.
I don't worry about it, bro.
You ain't harboring no doubts
blood all boiling over nothing, man. You don't know nothing about the Niners, what's going on. Like I say, it's not the names, you know. So Robert Saleh, this draft had his name all over it.
All over. Still on it. I love it.
So, hey, what he did in the past and when he had left and how we fell off, man, to have him back, come on, man. He had to have his fingerprints all over this, right?
Oh, it's like an
Then bring him in just to call plays, made him a highest paid defensive coordinator. Okay, let me pick up the menu. Let me make the menu.
Mm-hmm.
And this right here, but this gonna be this. Yeah, this draft right here. Yeah, they hit it. They hit it on this one on defense. They hit it.
And I can't wait to see Mikhail. If his name's gonna be a problem. If Williams does exact opposite,
Kel Williams,
yeah, just saying, I'm gonna say, man, y'all talked about that boy so bad, and thank you for doing that.
They hating on him. A lot of people
making him mad.
Commentators, a lot of people hating on him, bro. They keep forgetting. They don't do their homework. I do more homework than they do. He had an injury. He wasn't full speed. He was only like 75%, and he looked good at the 75%. He didn't need this. He didn't see one thing about it. They think, oh, you always need sacks. You don't always need sacks. If you can take up two players, that's man. I'm tired of explaining. If people know football, I shouldn't have to explain.
Detroit versus everybody.
But I can be thankful to them because they're going to be beating up on the Rams this year.
Yeah, hey, check this out. Our boy Garando, bro. He gonna have his work cut out for him, man. He gonna be pushed. He's gonna be pushed. He probably ends up being back on practice squad. It all depends because they picked up undrafted free agent. Where I just had him right here. Oh, that's wide receiver, not him. Is this him? Nope, that's no wide receiver. Damn, where I just had it. Oh, bro.
We got Jordan James, but is there a UDFA that?
No. Oh, we drafted him.
Corey Kiner.
There we go. Yeah, him. Damn, I had the paperwork on him too. Oh, here we go, right here. Yeah, man. He's from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Corey Kiner, 5'8", 209. He ran a 5'4" 40. He passed him what that 45 is.
That's a bold
2023, 2024, set all records. He had back-to-back 2,000 yards in 2 seasons. His past 2 seasons, he had 2,562 yards. 13 games, 13 of those games, he had 100 yards.
How did he not get drafted?
But I told you this draft is so deep that it's going to be players and go to the win in the second round. They'll go undrafted. The draft is that deep, bro. A lot of teams going to be good. And about us having a weak schedule, don't feed into that, man. This draft is the stars they already had on those teams, and the key players that's coming in. The deep as the draft is. Added to those players that already had under contract on the off season, man. This season right here, bro, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. I feel like if you lose 5 games, it's over. It's gonna be that tight. Even though it's a 17 game season, especially in the tight divisions like that with the quarterbacks. Come on, man. It's gonna be hard. You lose 5 games, you lucky to get it on wild card, bro. It's gonna be that tight.
God. 12-5. That means 12-5 won't get it anymore. That's the old 11.
Look at the Cardinals. Don't sleep on the Cardinals. Don't sleep on the
I never
Cardinals,
do.
bro. But please don't sleep on the Cardinals.
They've been stacking for the last 2 years.
anywhere else-
People aren't keeping as quietly. It's being kept smooth. The Cardinals have been building for the last 3 years, for sure. The last 3 years, they have something this year. Finally, they got two of the most devastating wide receivers in the game. Yeah, man,
News. Another thing in the news. It's just a rumor right now, but I don't think they're going to do it. Gilmore's name is coming up too. Defensive back. His name is popping up too, and they got another safety, or they're looking at another safety. I forgot what his name is. I have it next show. But because Mustafa is out. Mustafa kept quiet. I'm kind of pissed off at Mustafa. He kept his mouth shut like the Niners weren't going to find about it. But man, come on, bro. What you scared of, man? What you scared of? You know? Thought you was one of the real ones, man. You can't be doing that, bro.
Yeah, he's
Just think it was some safety there for us to get, and we didn't get him because we thought he was healthy. Then he come in and he injured. You know what I'm saying? So, good thing he did say something, and we got that covered right now. So, yeah. But Jair Brown, his job is Jair Brown. Yeah, he's still question mark.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna give him another chance. Jair pissed me off about 2 or 3 times last year. Sometimes when players make a mistake, it's okay. I understand it. But Jair did some mistakes. Jair, that was completely uncalled for. And you could have done something about it.
Real quick, I know you got other callers, and it's kind of running late. If the season was to start right now, here's my starting 11 right now. Bosa, Fred Warner, Alfred Collins, Williams, Malik Williams, Martin, C.J. West, Upton, Green, Marcus Siegel. Mustafa is also Jair Brown right there, Denominator, and D Winters.
I like it.
That'll be it right there. We'll start the day.
Yes, indeed. We're going to be all right.
When you be back on?
Sunday. I'll be back, and I will not be late.
Sunday. Hey, I'll still be there regardless.
Yeah, Smooth, you my dude, man. All right, I'll see you Sunday.
All right, shout out to the fam, shout out to the staff. All right, all right, brother, take care.
You do, fam.
All right.
All right. Doesn't he sound great? It's so good to hear him sound great.
Don Bird, don't you call in here just disrespecting the homie Smooth like that. Put that on pause and you wait till he's done.
Boy, dude is
no suckers allowed.
And the way his team, boy, Don, you ought to call in here. We need to talk to you. Oh, you know what? Don Bird calls in. I know they go jump him like they did. Texas Boy called in one time. I couldn't pull people off of him. You had that coming, Texas Boy. You're impolite. Antoine.
That's what feline.
That was good, Ronbo.
Antoine, man, I'm sitting back here. When you look at how the media's coming after us. They're all over us, man. They said, y'all can't draft. Your record speaks for itself from last year. Your Super Bowl window is shut. Y'all need to shut. I mean, is there anything else
I hear the noise?
Yeah,
I hear the noise, man. But look, I'm an optimist. I don't get on here and dog and talk down on our Niners. There's enough people to do that. There's enough haters. There's enough people that doubt us. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to look at what we have and try to appreciate what it is. And check this out, because like you said, the media. There's a lot of the media saying these things about us. But today, I looked at about 4 or 5 Super Bowl odds, right?
Yeah.
After the draft, almost all of them had us top 8 and top 2 or 3 in the NFC conference.
See?
So what that tells me is Vegas is looking at football logically, and they understand the Niners, their schedule isn't going to be that hard. They have a lot of good players, and if everyone can stay healthy, this is a team that can win the NFC West. And if you win the NFC West, you know what that means. You're in the playoffs. And if you get to the playoffs, at that point, anything goes.
You get to the playoffs, you had to play Detroit and lose.
I don't know who this guy is talking, but Detroit, I'm not worried about Detroit. They're habitual chokers, bro. So don't get on here speaking about Detroit, because them boys ain't did nothing. Nothing.
Ever.
Their coach has done nothing. Okay, so let's understand that Detroit ain't did shit. So don't get on
Detroit
this call
rocking,
on a Niner
Detroit
call
rocking
talking about
panties.
Detroit that has never done a damn thing, bro. So, anyways, back to what I was saying.
Yes,
Put your
The
before you
49ers have an
John Berg
opportunity.
just got
The
shot.
49ers have an
Ellis
opportunity
Wade.
with their schedule, with the influx of rookies, with the veterans we have. They have a chance to make a run at it. I'm not saying they're gonna win it. I'm not saying they're true contenders, but what I'm saying is they got a chance to win the NFC West when you look at everything that's in front of them, and I like our chances.
Well laid out. I mean, everything
You
there
know.
is valid. I mean, this is the thing.
It's valid, bro. Like that's why I don't understand the media. Sometimes I don't understand the haters because it's like, are y'all looking at football? Everybody, I was talking to my homeboy earlier. Everybody was like, oh my God, the Niners lost so many players in the offseason. So anybody that has that to say, my question to you is, who did we leave that was a productive member of our team last year?
Amen. Amen.
And the answer is no one. We didn't lose anybody that was productive. We just lost a lot of good names and a lot of players we loved and we've come to love and support. But at the end of the day, this football, it's the next man up. We didn't lose no production, and I feel like we've gained a lot with our rookies. And this is for me, Ronbo, this is it for me right here. If CMC can remain healthy, and if we can get Brandon Ayuk back at least before halfway through the season, and if he can be somewhat healthy, and we can finish the season with that, I feel like we got a good chance, bro, because we got a lot of weapons and we got a lot of good players. And, if CMC is healthy, everyone complains about our offensive line, but if CMC is healthy, that alleviates our issues on the line because we got a lot of checkdowns. We got a lot of things we can do with him. And by all accounts, he's fully healthy. So we'll see.
And 100%. And by the way, we have more white chocolate on this team. When you look, you mentioned CMC, but I'm talking about George Kittle. I'm also talking about I expect big things from Ricky Pearsall this year. I really do.
Yes, sir.
Because he's got a lot of dog in him, and you can see it. How many dudes you know that went downtown, got shot, took the gun and shot the dude before he killed him?
Right.
Ricky is
a dog, and people ain't getting that, man. They're looking at it like they're looking at Ricky like, oh, he his season wasn't great. And I agree, it wasn't great. But let me show me somebody, and this never happened, but show me somebody that got shot in the chest and just went out and had a great season.
A few weeks
in their first season.
And by the way,
and we saw what he was capable of towards the end of the season.
That's
and I
what
believe he's going to pick up.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Here's the thing. You saw him, Ricky was running clear out routes all day. Kyle would not. You've been here a little while too short, son. You got to wait to take your turn. Ricky was clearing out, and you could see it if you kept watching. Because there were times I just kept watching Ricky, throw him the ball. He's wide open. Ball goes to Kittle.
Yep.
Ball goes somewhere, anywhere. I said, you know what? Ricky Pearsall's going to be okay. The coverage on him maybe was a little. Maybe they're their second or third string cover guy, but Ricky still smoked, dude. He'll be deployed differently this year. Watch.
He was doing his thing, and the thing for me, Ronbo, is CMC. That's the key to all of this. If CMC is out there, that alleviates the pressure on all our wide receivers, and they're going to get open. And Ricky Pearsall, he's going to be a factor. And I'm that Jacob Cowan kid, man. I hope Kyle gives him a chance.
Yes.
I hope he gives him a chance.
He may have to. So
we got to have somebody that'll blow the top off. And then when you add in Isaac Garrindo, people aren't understanding how good he is. When he had to fill in as a rookie, how well he played.
Fam, you know anything about wide receiver Isaiah Nair from Nebraska?
Oh yeah.
Can he play?
I feel like he's okay, man. I'm not sure that he's somebody that we could, I'm not sure about him.
Excited about him
100% yet. Yeah, but to me the key is just, like I said, man, it's Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk. If those guys can get healthy and play relatively close to what they're capable of, and we got everything else going, come on, man, who's gonna stop Kittle? You know what I mean? Who's going to stop CMC?
Nobody
Brock
does.
Purdy is an elite. He's a top quarterback. I don't give a damn what they say.
Thank you. But Junior Bergen, that's going to be the return man from what I understand. You know what? We've never had a bullet that could bring that ball back. And he may be,
that's what we need.
As a wide receiver as well. We got bullets.
Yep. We got players, we got talent, we got potential, we got a nice mix. And the most important thing about football, bro, is what
We're not Don Burr. That's the important thing.
Well, we got coaching. We have a top-tier offensive coach in Kyle Shanahan, and we got our guy, Robert Saleh. So when you get those two top-tier coaches, they can elevate players beyond what they're capable of. And that's what I expect next season.
Antoine, good stuff. We got to go, but I will see you Sunday, I hope. Have you got time? All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, fam.
All right, man. Take care, Ronbo. Love listening to you, man.
Love you back, fam.
You haters need to shut the hell up. Get off my shit, man.
Don Burr. Hey, Tony, out of the blue waters of Hawaii, tiny bubbles. Tony, would you get in here, man? Tony. Tony must be having some kind of tech problem with his stuff. Tony's never late.
All right. Sorry about
that. There he is.
Here.
I knew it.
I was just muted. Unlike Don Burr.
Don Burr, we try to mute him. He slides in.
He's okay.
He's like a cartoon. He just keeps popping up with these. And he's added to his arsenal of things to say. You'll be all right till you pay. God.
He's just sad because the Lions lost their coordinators. Now all they got is that meathead guy who all just goes for it on fourth down, doesn't really know football all that well. So it'll be okay. They'll be they might be in the Arch Manning sweepstakes soon. So we'll see.
Oh, don't let that happen.
And I'm still wearing panties, obviously. Hey man, Detroit sucks. That's all I need to know.
Guys, hold up. Tony, go ahead, man. Listen, we're being doubted. Is it premature? Do you have any reservations about what the 49ers are going to look like in 2025-26? And how do you feel about our draft picks? The things that are going on flying around us, they're really strange. They're just going hardcore. And I don't know what's going on at SI, but this one guy, Manzano or something, my God, he really sounds pissed off about the 49ers. Dude, there's too much emotion in this write-up. What is the problem?
Yeah. I don't know. There's so many things going on with that. So, first of all, Niners' chances next season. You got to remember, last season was weird because we had a lot of injuries. We had some player departures. We couldn't stop the run. So, looking ahead to this season, they drafted to stop the run. We got back Robert Saleh, and things are going to be okay. And the team is returning a solid core. There's still players on the team. George Kittle is still there. Trent Williams is still there. Nick Bosa is still there. Fred Warner is still there. All of our rookies last year, they're not going to be rookies anymore. So they're going to be playing better. And we got those good rookies. And the other thing with us is we got the last place schedule. So that is going to help us out a tremendous amount in terms of just winnable games. I will say I want to temper our expectations just because I'm looking around at the rest of the NFC West, and I think all the teams in the NFC West are drafted pretty well this year, and it was an interesting year for that, and the Rams are right now I think poised to be the number one team in the NFC West right now. But there's still a long way to go until the season. And, that's just because the Rams have a more developed defensive line that can rush the passer, and they have the quarterback who has won the Super Bowl before and who has a big arm and who does all those things. And Sean
they got a new running back, too, that's probably a little better than the one that dropped the ball in the playoffs. Yeah.
Now, all that being said, with the Rams outmanning us last year, those games were close. Okay, the Niners, if we're healthy and if our draft picks come together in the way that we hope that they will, the next season will be a better team and a better team performance than what we got out of last season. I'm convinced, but contingent upon injuries more than anything else. So, I think honestly we're looking at a wild card run next year, and then once you get in the playoffs, who knows what can happen. But that last place schedule is definitely going to help us out a lot. Now, looking at the draft, I think that there are a lot of people in the media who maybe the Niners might have drafted some of the guys that they had crushes on a round or two earlier than they did, and so they're kind of mad about that. Is one is one of my thoughts. Yeah. But no, it comes down to this, and a lot of Niners content creators have made this point. But just that. Oh, I lost my internet.
No, I can still hear you.
My internet. Okay, cool. All right. Well, no, just that the Niners have the tendency over the last 9 years of reaching for players. So the consensus boards made by folks who do drafts league wide, they look at how often the 49ers reach for players, and it's kind of become like this story. And the other side of that coin is, Ronbo, reaching for players over the course of the last 8 years produced one of the best rosters in football 2 seasons ago. Okay. So, and the Niners are a team that doesn't care about what your draft board says. They only care about what their draft board says. And they are a team that drafts for, they were forced to draft for need this year. So, I think it's really, and one last thing with us. Niners fans, we are probably the most internet savvy and the loudest fan base who knows how to use the internet more than any other team, and thus contributes to a lot of clicks and click traffic for PFF, for Sports Illustrated. So it is, generally speaking, in media outlets' best interest to gaslight the 49ers fans, knowing that we're going to interact with all their content and drive up their click views, generating more revenue for those things. So, you know what? I don't blame them. The Niners are one of the most popular teams, if not the most popular team in football, and they're just trying to tap into all that. So,
and we're an emotional bunch too, because we're tired of people throwing things at us.
Yeah.
It really pisses me off. Irrational things.
Yeah. God. And over the last 15 years or so, it's been close but no cigar. And so, we're definitely a target, and also just we are a fan base that is really irritated about the fact that we are 0-3 in the last 3 Super Bowls we've appeared in, which really, really stinks. So there's a lot to unpack there. Yeah. 4-0 before that, but then then the salary cap era happened, and here we are. But but I don't know, Ronbo, what do you think?
I agree with everything you said. And like I say, looking at the 49ers and spotlighting them in the way that they like to do, knowing that we're an emotional crowd and pretty much high profile as far as the internet goes, you're right. I hadn't thought about that. What happened to America's team, Tony? Why aren't they taking the brunt of this? Nobody's saying anything about the Cowboys. The Cowboys are the biggest joke, and they wear the moniker of America's team? What? And nobody's bothering them? Of course, they pretty much accepted what they're going to do. So, anyway.
Well, now they made the mistake of overpaying Dak Prescott. So that is what it is.
Tony, we gotta stop. Damn it, I hate that. Tony, hey, I'll see you Sunday though. I wish you got some more time. We're lucky we got you tonight.
Ronbo. Thank you so much for the platform. Take good care. Tony.
Aloha, Tony. I always thought that way, but I felt a little bit of conceit when I said, it's our fan base. They come after us with these things because they know it's going to get attention. Not many 49er fans are going to stand still for a lot of BS thrown at us, right? So they know what they're doing. I'd love to be able to try not to react to intentional digs that get you going. My God. And like the Dallas Cowboys. What have the Cowboys done besides embarrass themselves? Nobody's bothering them except for Stephen A. Hey, Lorenzo. Now here's a man who loves the Cowboys. Lorenzo. Texas boy Dak's not overpaid. Lorenzo.
Yeah, fuck them Cowboys. They're just like a joke, man. But Ronbo, I feel pretty damn good about this year, I feel pretty good about it.
I do too.
I don't really listen to experts,
Yeah, so called.
You know what experts are, Ronbo?
Yeah, what?
It's just somebody that can have somebody tell you a whole lot about nothing. Is what I learned,
And it's so true on so many occasions.
They just out there for they I don't even know what to call them, But no, I feel good about the team. I don't see what the negative is, I mean, as far as Kyle goes, I think we wouldn't have gotten where we got without Kyle. And some fans they don't
Yeah.
I mean, they don't get it that hey, shit happens,
Mm-hmm.
And last year shit happened. I mean, you don't count on people's kids die. I mean, just horrible shit,
Oh, I forgot
dying
about that.
there was two of them,
Yes. Tavares
That's
is out for how many
starting
weeks?
corner, all-pro.
Trent
That's an
was-
all-pro corner right there,
One of the best
Yeah,
left tackles in the
Trent.
game. He was going through that. He
Yeah,
didn't say anything until the last couple of Trent had been going through that midway through the season. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we got that, and then we had, I mean, just all kind of crazy shit going on. Fucking Nick Moody. God damn, fucking special teams lost how many games?
Jake,
to us? Like
yeah.
3 games. Yeah, we'd be ahead, and we'd kick to them, and then they'd fucking bring it back. I mean, just almost score TD on us, like, 3-4 times?
Yeah,
Man, they were
it
just kicking
shifts
our
momentum,
stuff.
fam. You can't be missing them field goals. I like your name though. You call him Nick. I Miss Moody. It works for so many different angles. Miss Moody, here she comes, and he's gonna miss it. God.
Yeah.
Jake, don't do it.
But we got that freaking size on defense, that defensive line,
Huge.
Huge guys.
I mean, Alfred is
and
just
young.
yes, and hungry,
I mean,
and want to establish
Yeah,
themselves.
and-
I like that.
yeah, Markel, he's 20 years old. Shit, he can put on easily
I know,
another 15
right?
pounds.
Get that grown man strength. They
Keep
haven't
it
gotten
quick,
none
you
yet.
know?
Ah,
Yeah. So I'm excited. Maybe not this year. We'll be close knocking on the door, if anything, but I think next year would be really good.
yeah, because
And
it's
we still have it.
we hate to use the word, but we're putting the pieces back together again. But they're putting some talented pieces back together coming right out of school. I expect a little bit more from the rookies we got this year than even the ones we got last year. And the ones last year are ready to roll because it was good.
I think we'll be in there. They pick up a couple that one, and we got speed too. God damn, we got a lot of speed.
That's Robert Saleh. That's his signature.
Yeah, Purcell's not slow, And then that one undrafted rookie, I think he runs it. Yeah, we have like
You talking about the running back?
5 or 6 guys, 5 or 6 people that run 4.4 or under, 4 3s,
Speed
That's
kills,
fast.
fam. Speed kills. We got him on defense too. Yeah. People say,
Yeah,
your
defense and
linebacker's too
offense,
small. Yeah, but he is fast and he hits hard. That's what we like.
Yeah, and even all the linemen we got, they're quick too, They're not fat,
Yeah,
not fat and slow. They're quick.
And you know how
So,
good
I'm
Pooney looked
excited.
last year, Lorenzo? What do you think Pooney's going to look like this year after working out all off season long instead of preparing for the draft? I even look for McKivitz to look a little better this year. It's asking too much, I know. But Trent Williams showed up in camp, him and Nick, to show the newbies how we do in San Francisco. I said, what? Hell, we ready to go now, baby. Nick and Trent?
What? And then you keep hearing about that. What's that? He's a guard out of Iowa. Is that the one guy?
Yeah,
Undrafted. Yeah, he's a guard, I think.
Drew Moss out of Colorado. Is
Colt
undrafted.
Somebody, wasn't it Colt?
You know what?
Yeah,
We may have picked.
Yeah,
Did
they
we
got
pick up
like
an
that.
offensive lineman in the regular draft?
In the draft.
DT, quarterback,
Oh,
safety,
Nick,
quarter, running
yeah.
back, wide receiver, cornerback, linebacker, defensive tackle, defensive end. We didn't even
What's
pick
that
up an
guy out of
offensive.
Iowa?
Did we pick up a
Yeah, some guy out of Iowa.
He's
supposed
Iowa.
to be pretty damn good. Yeah.
You know
Where
what?
Kittle came from.
Yeah, no, I don't see it listed, and I may be missing some because I may have not got
I
all
think
the
he's I
UDFAs
don't know.
because I haven't been back to Guilford.
Connor Colby.
He's
Connor
a big.
Colby.
Yeah, Connor Colby, that guy.
I did hear that name though. Yeah.
So I think we got some pieces,
Yeah.
Well, it's an NFL team, but we've got a coach, and I'm excited. I'm excited as hell for this year,
Oh yeah.
Maybe not the start of the year, but yeah, by mid season we'll see what we have,
Yeah, as far as talent goes.
And hopefully,
but I don't look for the 49ers to get off to a slow start because you got Robert Saleh to keep that defense in line, unlike we've had in the last few years. And Kyle's going to come out of a bag this year. He lost face last year. He knows it. If we keep healthy, look out. Look out.
But you went down right away.
Week 3, week 4.
Week 3, yeah. And then we had, so we were a mess last year. We were just a complete
we never started. Yeah, So
we did.
Trent started slow because he held out. Yeah, it was a mess. It was a complete mess.
So I think this year will be all right. Brock Purdy's, at least he's not holding out, No,
that's what I like about Brock. That's why I know a deal is going to get done soon. You don't. The 49ers and Brock Purdy are far. No, they're not. Why don't you shut up? You guys don't know anything about what's going on in that office. And so why would he be out on the field? Normally, you don't risk injury if you're too far away from a deal. Brock's out there from day one. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, not that far. I think he's worth over $50 million. I think he's smart enough to not take, I want 60 plus. I bet he gets like 54.
Brock should take 50.
I bet he gets right in there.
And give him an incentive package. Yeah. That'll make everybody happy, including him. Give him a incentive package that could get up to $3 extra million or $4, maybe even $5. I don't care. But just put that cap at 50 and work from there.
Because the Buffalo quarterback got, 55?
Yeah, so you don't want.
I think he got 55.
He's trying to help his team.
Yeah, so I think
Dak.
And he was MVP.
Yeah, Dak remains. And Texas boy constantly repeating like a spam at this point. He got it. Dak restructured. It doesn't matter, Texas boy. I don't been getting paid that much in the first place. Lorenzo, we got to go, fam. I'll be back Sunday looking for you.
All
right, fam.
Hey, y'all have a good weekend.
You too.
Let's go. Go Niners.
Yes,
have a good night.
You too, fam. Lorenzo. Let us get him in here. He is our white chocolate. Bro, you can put him on a sundae, put him on your cheesecake, put him on anything you want. The boy is sweet. Janet, Trey from PA.
Ronbo. White chocolate coming in hot. Hey, Ronbo. I have been in since night 1 of the draft. Me and my draft party came in. It was Packer Jacker 69, Birds Jordan.
Well, I got a kick out of it.
We were having some fun that night. Ronbo.
Those are hilarious bros you got, man. So,
I appreciate that.
They got in here on the phone with killing me. But you know what? Here's the thing. You probably heard some things since the draft started, right? We get this every year.
Mm-hmm.
What really worries me, though, is we have had a couple of mistakes in defensive linemen. Because, we picked defensive linemen remember that year? We went about 4 or 5 seasons getting defensive linemen every year. Solomon Thomas, bam! I said, why the hell we get inside? I knew that was an accident when it happened. Anyway, Solomon Thomas was exactly who we thought he was, or a lot of us thought he was. Okay, but then we lose Defoe, and we pick up Javon Kinlaw. He's huge. Javon wasn't a terrible football player, but he had a knee problem. Why are we picking him up in round 1? He might have been there in round 2. We made mistakes. So, Trey, can you think of anybody else who drafted first? Oh, well, I could go on and on. I mean, it's the thing is, we're still getting a lot of crap. But we got some praise a little bit here and there.
So here's the thing, Ron. I just want to say, I appreciate a lot of these callers having kind of the rose-colored glasses in terms of the draft. And I'm going to be honest, from a defensive perspective, I love the draft.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think anyone came away not liking it, from a defensive perspective. But
a lot of people are saying
here's
Michael's
the thing,
a bust.
Ronbo. Well, here's the thing, Ronbo. But here's what I really want to get at is that here's where I want to kind of come in as the devil's advocate. Is that what's the plan to protect our soon-to-be $50 million a year quarterback?
That's a very sensitive question.
You know what I mean, Ronbo?
CMC. Listen, Trey. A lot of times.
CMC. That's our protection.
But wait, let me connect the dots. Let me connect the dots because the fact of the matter is, when CMC was sitting on the field, he knows where to place himself to keep his quarterback safe. Do you know that one of the best safety valves in all the game probably of all time, maybe CMC. Frank Gore was good at it too. But the thing is, Brock always knew where CMC was. If anything else went south, he didn't have to sprint out of the pocket. Just dump it off to the man. And that wasn't there last year. So, our offensive line is going to be our offensive line. I'm still mad at Jake Brittle along with everybody else. But Trent wasn't there last year. He was there. Half of Trent was there. But Pooney took up a lot of slack on the right side, or else McKivitz would have been a problem. So it was a duct tape job. It didn't really work.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Ronbo. And you know what? Like, again, like, I don't know. I feel like even, like, Niners brass will, like, point to, like, PFF grades and shit like that. It's
PFF
like,
is getting really crazy.
all right, like, Ronbo, I've heard like, John Lynch or Kyle, I forget which one. They were basically, like, praising Brendel for being, like, middle of the pack.
I've heard it.
You know what I mean? Like, why is that what we're shooting for? Why are we shooting for, he's average, you know what I mean? Like, what? And anyway, like I said, I love the defensive draft, but here's the thing, Ronbo. Again, I got to come in hot as devil's advocate, but, like, 11 picks, there's that one example of the Raiders, right? They had back-to-back picks right in front of the Niners. It was right before the Niners took Upton Stout, who I actually like that pick. But they took 2 linemen, the Raiders. And then Kyle and John were like, all these linemen kept getting taken before us. Well, it's like, you had 11 picks. Why couldn't you move around? You know what I mean? So,
hey, remember they tried to. Remember in the first round, the 49ers had been trying to move up, and nobody would deal with the 49ers. Honestly, Trey, nobody wants to see the 49ers get better. They don't. They're not going to help us. I think the rest, 31 teams got together. Let's let the 49ers call you to trade up. Hang up the phone. You know what? The 49ers could not move. Remember they announced the 49ers were trying to move up and couldn't? Dirty dogs. We're going to kick your ass anyway. But, that's so chicken crap.
Well, I mean, you know what, Ronbo? The ironic thing is that they were trying to move up for Mike Hill, which was actually...
That's true.
Like,
I forgot about that.
You know what I mean? Like, they were trying to move up for him, and it was like,
need to.
Why, it was like very realistic that you could just stay where you were at and get him. But like the other picks, you know what I mean? Like, they were saying, all these linemen didn't fall to us. Well, why didn't you try to shift move around?
Kyle made a joke about that too, because you know how Kyle's been left out a little bit of some of the things that go on in the procedure, and Kyle came over and made a joke. See, he's still there. I forgot. Was that on the interview? That was on the interview with John and Kyle had, because Lynch was losing his mind trying to get to McHale, and like you're saying, they were trading up trying to get Michael. I said, Kyle, you didn't have to say that right there in front of the media. If I'm Lynch, I'm embarrassed.
Ronbo, I feel like John and Kyle, they try to be tight-lipped. But, man, so there are, like, these certain examples where you're like, man, shut up. You know what I mean? But also, too, you could also see, like, Kyle's imprints, like, again, like, that Jordan Watkins pick. Like, I'm cool with the defensive picks. What was it, like, the first 5 picks?
Yeah.
But, like, the first offensive pick was Jordan Watkins. It was a receiver. I think this kid could be actually decent. But I don't know, like, why not just take the best lineman available? You know what I mean? Like, we need help, you know?
Trey, we you know what? I think they like, Chris Forster might be kind of sharp. I don't know, I haven't seen any examples of it yet, but Kyle likes a guy that's pretty cerebral at center. The problem with having a cerebral center is he's not always a real good choice as far as physically having the gifts he needs to play that position. But Trey, listen, you know what? We got to put a bookmark on this. Let me see you Sunday. All right, looking for you.
Hey, sounds good, Ronbo. Hey, like I said, it's been a minute. Love to reconnect. Let me get a Niners holler real quick.
Oh, hell yes. Niners! Trey out in PA with them Eagles, but he's a 49er man. All right, Trey.
Oh, man. Hey, Ronbo, love you, man. I got a flight at 4 a.m. my time tomorrow, so in a few hours, but I had to stay up to get this call in, man. I love you. I love the Niners. Bang, bang. white chocolate out.
Appreciate that, fam. You can sleep on that flight. All right, Trey. Have a good night. You ain't got much left. It's East Coast, too. Hey, Eric.
Hey, Rod.
Eric. Well, Eric, you know, see, because I always wonder what's going on. Because, Eric, as a 49er fan, we always feel like we're being victimized after the draft. Sometimes after free agency as well. I want to know, Eric, are you collecting any bullets? As a Hawks fan, are you seeing things being said about what the Hawks did in the draft that are just downright nasty?
No, actually, I'm not really seeing anything, but I tell you, Brock Purdy is going to get his money. He will get his money.
Oh, yeah. How much is what we're wondering? Yeah. Everybody wants Brock to get paid poverty wages. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's going to be a lot of money. He's already proven that he can win the big games in Seattle, Washington. He's already proved he can win it out here.
Yeah, Brock needs, he needs to get paid. What I'm saying is don't embarrass Brock Purdy by giving him less money after he's outdone the majority of the quarterbacks in the NFL. Brock Purdy is in the top 10 in quarterbacks as far as stats went, even as bad as he was last year. Last time I looked at the quarterback ratings last week or 2 weeks ago, and I think I remember Brock Purdy at least in the top half, somewhere. So I said, you guys, we can't be paying him $40 million. Some people, $40 million. If you don't like him, tell me, get the hell out. I said, that's not true.
No, you can't be saying stuff like that because
he's better than that. I mean, this is the market he's in. It's not his fault. Hate the game, don't hate the player. If he's done what he's done and achieved what he has, you need to pay him. I don't want him out there paying unmotivated and feeling like he got cheated. I want him to be inspired. Make him feel. Brock Purdy, I think, is the kind of guy that's going to look at what he got paid. He wants to be able to merit what he's getting paid. I can feel that about him. He's going to come out there and play his best football for you. He may make mistakes, every quarterback is going to do, but you're going to get 100% from Brock Purdy, and I trust him like that. Just something about him the last 2-3 years that makes me know this is a guy that got mistreated in the draft, so to speak, and came in, and he came in with a chip on his shoulder, and he's tried to prove himself. I like that. If I could get every player in the 7th round sometimes, I think it would be a plus. If he has any talents, we're going to find out because he's going to play over his head. His motivation is the fact that he thought he got disrespected. Anytime you get a football player that knows how to play ball and he got disrespected, look out now. Jawan Jennings, awesome example. Brock, awesome example. DJ Jones, 6th-round pick. Oh, incredible examples. I mean, I could go on. I mean, you know what? We got a 7th-round pick this year that I'm looking forward to seeing. Junior Bergen, wide receiver, runs like a bullet. So, it's you got to pay these guys when they earn it. We just recently paid Jawan Jennings this past year, finally, So we're going to see what happens. So, but Eric, yeah, I thought we were being oversensitive here as a 49er fan. A lot of us are every year at this time, at the same time, we hold entire parties of crying about the abuse we're taking through the media. And Tony pointed out a little while ago how we sort of glow on the internet, so we're a target for every guy that likes to troll people that shouldn't be doing it, So yeah, we're putting up with it. So but honestly, I do expect some competition from the Hawks. You guys had a good draft. In fact, I don't know why I asked you. You guys, I think, were one of the top 5 or 10 teams in the draft as far as success goes.
Okay.
You picked up a couple of defenders, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Edge rusher?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, Eric right reminds me. I've been at the OK Corral. He's got both guns loaded with. He's got not a 6-shooter. Eric's got a 10-shooter. You guys are gonna be tough this year, Eric. People need to stop mentioning you guys in the NFC West conversation. I'm still scared of the Cardinals. I always am. My lack of respect for the Rams is why I don't give them any love. Tony came in here and painted the perfect picture. He was accurate. The Rams are going to be tough this year, Eric. Hey, what do you think about the Rams?
They're a tough team, but they're always a tough team.
Yeah, kind of. I laugh at them because as tough as they've been down through the years, with the exception of the last 3, we still beat them up. And sometimes when we were struggling and we played the Rams, all of a sudden we got rejuvenated and ready to roll. Some of our best seasons came starting off bad, but when we played the Rams, all of a sudden we got well. That motivating factor is still going to be there this year. The 49ers are going to play the Rams like they play nobody else this year. I know they are, because it's embarrassing for this organization to lose to the Rams. They know it. Rudy knows it. Where's that? Chrissy Everett knows it. Those people that are trolling me even on Instagram, you guys know. You guys know. You are not better. And pulling out that little video, here you guys are watching your team on a VCR. I'm not amused. I mean,
yeah,
they had a VCR team. What the hell? And by the way, Eric,
I tell you, good old Chrissy Everett.
Shit.
Good old Chrissy Everett.
Just recently won in this century. Now we got licensed. I don't think so. Hey, Eric, I'll see you Sunday, my man. All right?
I'll see you.
Looking for you. Night, Eric.
All right, have a great night now.
You too. Thanks, Eric. Ellis, come on down. GD. Somebody cue GD. Here he comes. Ellis.
Ronbo, can you come right back to me next?
We do that. We can do that. All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. Hey, yo, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, you know what's up, man. You've been sitting there and taking it all in. Give us some assessments.
Oh, yeah. We re-signed George Kittle to a 4-year contract for $76 million. We got our boy Ross Dwelly back, who I think is probably one of the better blocking tight ends. I mean, think about it. We got 3 of the league's best blocking tight ends.
And great hands.
Let me repeat
Dwelly
that.
Can catch.
3 of the best blocking tight ends in the league. George Kittle, Ross Dwelly, and then Luke Farrell.
Yeah. That is special.
So it's looking it's nice. It is real nice. When I saw that we re-signed Ross Dwelly, I was like, that's a good news for my Friday. I like that.
It really,
I always vouch for Ross.
Because we know Ross. We've developed a closeness to Ross. It bothered me when he left, but I understand the business as it is. We got to go through that. But yeah, well, I'm glad to see him back.
And then last time did we talk? No, we haven't talked for about a week. That's right. Did we talk about Drake Greenlaw tearing his quadriceps?
When did he do that? I'm not. Well, go ahead. You want to talk about that? Go ahead.
Yeah. No. It sucks because we wanted him to stay.
Yes.
We all wanted him to stay. Everybody wanted him. But at the same time, he wanted to leave. And the Niners weren't really offering him because they're like, okay, you got to do a prove-it deal, right?
Yeah.
But then, he didn't want to take it, so he signs with Denver for this lucrative-ass deal to be a starting linebacker and tears his quads. That might be it. Honestly,
Yeah.
Romo, that might be it.
Have they mentioned whether or not it's going to require surgery or not? They didn't say that first couple of days. Well, yeah.
All I know is they said he's done for the season. He may come back at the middle.
Yeah, it takes too long to rehab that. That's it's going to have to be surgically repaired to speed the recovery, and then he's got to go into that rehab. Yeah, that's a 17-week situation.
Yeah, and not only that too. I mean, he's still recovering from his Achilles. So you got that compounded with his quadriceps, man. He's all torn up. I love Drake. I love his vigor, but damn, man, you hate to see it happen. It's like Jason Verrett all over again.
Oh, God!
Like JV.
Man, I forgot about him.
And that's one person
Poor God.
I really really feel bad for because JV was really good.
Play.
Jason Verrett was great with Richard Sherman side by side, E-Man Mosley, and he also trained Demo before he left, before he ultimately retired. So it sucks that we're watching Dre go kind of the same
direction.
Path. You know what I mean?
He's not going to give up either. Well, he can't. He got paid. So as soon as he gets back, how old is Dre? Do you know, Steven?
Dre, he's man. By I'm not going to say it, but by NFL standards, he's old. So let's just say he's closer to my age.
Yeah, he's at least 30, huh? Maybe.
Yeah, he's 30. So for him to have all these, man, and play the position he plays,
you can't keep getting those kind
you know,
of
that
injuries.
position requires a lot of, you know, being healthy and uninjured most of the time.
Yeah.
So it sucks. It really does suck. But you know what also sucks? The Detroit Lions. But that's besides the point.
They lost both coordinators.
Sucks? Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
Deebo Samuel sucks. But besides the point. No,
just had to throw that in there, right?
Yes, I did.
But you didn't know Steven does not like Deebo.
You know what's crazy too, though? I want to. I don't know if anyone's elaborated on this about the whole Shedeur Sanders thing because I think that's where we left off. Was what was going to be the punishment?
I hate to laugh.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because it's the league made an example out of him because these college players with these nil deals are crazy. They're you know, again in college they are. I heard this saying: you are a superstar and a pantheon in your own mind. Meaning, to you, you're huge, you're a big fish, but once you get to the big leagues, you're small, bro. You got to prove it. Yeah. And unfortunately, you know, he had that interview with that assistant coach. Do I like the fact that assistant coach said that on public advertised news about him? Mm-hmm. No, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. You talk shit, you try to pretend you're the shit, and then you go to a job interview, and everybody knows everybody, and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm the best thing that you're ever going to hire. They're not going to hire you. They're going to blacklist you and say, oh, yeah, da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, it's the same thing. It's the same. It's not, oh, you know.
You can say that after they draft you, but don't say it before.
Yeah. Do it as soon as you get drafted, because he was slated to be the number one with Travis Hunter. Him and Travis were supposed to go in round one.
We'll go 1-2. I don't know which order, but 1-2.
And his dad didn't help him either. His dad was jawing off, and it's like, Dion, you were great in your time. You were amazing in your time. But you're a bad coach, and your team sucked. And your son is average. You know, you trained up Travis Hunter. Oh, Travis Hunter looks great. He looks phenomenal. He can play both sides of the field. Looks amazing. Super intelligent. But your son, Shedeur, cannot throw to save his life. And he blames other players, which is true. He blames other players. I've watched Colorado State, and I've seen him throw interceptions, and him looking at his players like, oh, that's their problem. When really he overthrows or underthrows or throws ahead of them. So it's like, you know, it's not about.
But Steve, the good thing about that is,
oh yeah, no. Go ahead.
But kids next year are going to know. Don't look the word up in the dictionary. Humble. All right. Carry yourself in a way that you're likable. Don't be an asshole. Look that word up as well. Go in, answer the questions, be cordial, be polite, be seemingly grateful at least, but don't come in. Yeah, I'm the shit, man. Y'all don't know. All right, bring me in here, and you can just go to bed. I'll handle it. You know, look, don't do that. That's just.
I know you're not that.
Scares
man.
Coaches.
And here's the problem too with that too is no one talks about this, but by Shedeur and Dion jawing off to the NFL and everyone interviewing his son, not only damaged Shedeur's reputation at the beginning, but it also hurt his brother. What's his name? Shiloh. Shiloh Sanders.
Stephen, you know what though?
He went undrafted.
Oh. Okay. I got to go check that out. Steve, we got to go though. We ran over time. But listen, I'll see you because late night. We'll see you Sunday. All right. I always enjoy your intakes.
I'll see you Sunday,
including your shots at Debo are hilarious. Okay. See you Sunday.
Oh. Insider. They're currently working on Brock Purdy. I know you know.
No, I know.
It's getting close.
Okay.
See you with that.
All right. Maybe you'll be signed. I'll see you. All right. Ellis.
See you Sunday.
All right, fam. Let's go, E. I keep forgetting what time it is. Oh, Ellis.
Ronbo.
You ready?
Yeah, let's roll.
Okay, I was saying we can come back. Okay. Ellis, go ahead, man. You know the content.
If you,
where you want to go with the doubts.
If you can't come right back to me. Yeah, if you can't come right back to me. I'm just in the store. I just don't want it to be noisy in the background.
No, we always get a kick out of that, but that's okay. We'll come right back.
I appreciate it, man.
All right. Yo, E. No, we got another E, not you, Ellis. All right, fam. I'll be back. And E, come on in. Ellis and E gets this confused. Ellis doesn't, but E wonders who I'm talking to. Yeah, I'm talking to you, man. Just the letter E. E must be over Frank's house having a fish sandwich. He can't come right now. E? We need Tony to do the Frank invitation. Tony's. Oh, yeah. No. Well, it is Tony. Hey, Tony. Hey, Tony, get in there. Man, I just thought about you because I was wondering where E was, and I just said E's probably over at Frank's house having a fish sandwich. And you know who does a great Frank? It's Tony. Tony, give me a little bit of Frank.
Shit. What are we talking about, Ronbo?
We're talking about. Well, I was waiting for your Frank invitation, Frank with his. But anyway, we're talking about tonight. A lot of the doubt this being shot to 49ers, and Tony Nakatani pointed it out earlier. You know, we tend to be. First of all, we've lost 3 Super Bowls. We're one of the most storied franchises in the game before having lost those 3 Super Bowls. We're a group now that's easy at target. We glow on the internet. People come, analysts, talking heads, and people like Colin Cowherd, they're making a living off of our presence by coming in saying nasty, irrational, rude comments about the 49ers, and we respond. So I'm saying, some of the things are being said. They're already going after our draft picks. They're calling some of them projects and reaches. And I said, you people, you're supposed to be professional, and you're making comments about people that haven't had a chance to even step on the field in an NFL stadium yet, and you've already got a conclusion drawn up. Who the hell are you? And why in the world aren't you making some comments about the damn Cowboys? So I always wonder, why us? So I was going to that thing where poor Niner fans, poor us. But Tony, I'm not exaggerating. There are some unnecessary shots fired at us all the time. Every time you go to your phone, more shots fired. I mean, what is this? So, I was going to some pushback on that tonight. They don't like 3 out of most of our draft picks. But go ahead.
Ronbo, it's called immaturity and taking the old school out of the system. All right, because, you don't give participation trophies. When you give participation trophies, it's first, second, third, or whatever it is. That's it. The rest of you, try harder next time.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you get participation trophies, you end up with arseholes.
That's embarrassing.
And Colin Cowherd, if the old school mentality has been taken out of the system worldwide, someone would have clipped him across the ear. Said, wake up to yourself, you idiot. Right? And the next time he went on air, he would have been mindful of what he said and how he was going to say it, how he was going to put it across and this and that and the other. People are just... let me give you an example. There's a black dude that I know here in Australia. He's an American guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's from Baltimore. He goes home once a year for Thanksgiving. He's a basketball coach. And he goes to me, Tony, because these young kids, they're a bunch of pussies, mate.
There's a lot of
you know what I mean?
Yep.
I said, well, we're softening them up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you back-chatted to your dad when I was a young kid, mate. You just cop a sniper shot while you're walking through the kitchen about an hour later, you know what I mean?
No, boy. Ooh, whoa, no. I never messed with that dude.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
You come out there with a fat lip and your lips bleeding and shit. It didn't do anything bad to me. You know what I mean?
No,
it raised me to become a better man. You know? But, you know, you can go after draft picks. You can go after this and that. We lost 2 Super Bowls. How do you analyze that?
Yeah.
That's the $1 million question. How do you analyze it? Was the team personnel capable of winning those 2 Super Bowls?
Of course they were.
Absolutely.
Right? So why were they?
All right. Did we have the number 1 defense or whatever that 2019? Yes, we did.
Yeah.
All right. What happened? Chokenhand stopped running the ball. Simple.
And at least running the clock out of waste. True.
That's why I call him Chokenhand, because when the shit hits the fan, he chokes.
Or overthinks situations.
He freezes. Why? Just relax and do what you were doing for the latter part, you know, the first 3 quarters. Keep going, brother. Put your foot on the accelerator and annihilate him.
Keep throwing to Debo. They couldn't do a damn thing with Debo that day. Just keep doing that until they figure it out. Maybe the game will be over.
Yeah, but and as the years go by, you are expecting your opposition to figure you out. So you have to evolve, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Right? Robert Saleh, they say, he's making a comment. Robert Saleh's a chess player. No one plays chess. If you don't play chess, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So you've got to make a move and anticipate 3 moves ahead of what he's going to do.
Yep. I love that
mindset.
mindset.
So Shanahan needs to evolve. Like, yes, we've always got the personnel. It's the scouts and all those boys that pick him. They just watch the film and say, yeah, we'll take it.
Well, they watch it. They look at the tape and say yay or nay. But
yeah. Shanahan's not out there walking around at college campuses and this, that, and that. He's too busy coaching the 49ers. Right? They just make the decision. They just say, yeah, that looks good, we'll take it. On your advice and what we've seen on tape, we like the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these people that are on the radio and all that crap, they're just immature assholes. That's all. You know what I mean? Look at this guy.
Go ahead.
That comes on. If I came on here like this guy, Detroit versus my dad would bury me in the ground. Right?
I mean, you know, it's if you're a Detroit Lion fan, Tony, think about that for a minute though. Can you imagine? You're still a 49er fan. I've never met a Detroit Lions fan until Don Burr. All my years, because they've always back in the day they were Detroit fans. There were a few, but I was too little, so I didn't really pay much attention. So you know, now I wonder why would you be a Detroit Lions fan?
There's nothing wrong with being a Detroit Lions. At least come on like marketing pro and do a bit of comedy and, you know, represent yourself.
No.
It's some sort of a genre or something, you know what I mean? Instead of coming on like a 12-year-old kid. Imagine putting that on a loop and giving it to his mum, say, this is your son. Should smack the shit out of him with a rolling pin.
You know, but your friend is right. There is a softness amongst collegiates and even high schoolers. Tony, when I was playing, we would like do mental tough things like, hey guys, no water, guys, get back out here. We're gonna run that same play again. You know, this was like how you build mental toughness out. It wasn't a healthy thing to do, and they found that out later on. But I still think there's some things you could do for mental toughness, which is so important, especially in football and basketball. Baseball, you can get away with a little bit. Golf, you don't need it at all. But football and basketball, yeah.
But as far as the 49ers are concerned and the season coming up, can the 49ers shock the world and go to the Super? Absolutely.
Shit, right.
But that whole thing, premise is final thing is with Kyle. If Kyle just evolves a little bit, Ronbo, you know what I'm talking about. I don't need to explain it to you.
Listen, but I want you to.
If he just evolves a little bit,
you see a difference.
This team can go far this year and shock a lot of people.
Well, Tony, we're going to stop, though, because and not because we're talking about Shanahan. I want you to get out, because I love when you get into Shanahan. Let me see you Sunday, though, because it's late night here. We got to worry about everybody waiting. But I love it, Tony. Let me see you Sunday.
All right, brother. Shout out to Evan Ellis, Big Shot, Papa Dragon, the rest of the crew, and Southwest Slamers, Ronbo. Okay.
That's what I was waiting for. Tony's got the donation and everything. Like Tony.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. All right, let's go back and check on E. E may have passed out. He might be on the East Coast. E, wait. E?
This is E. This is EMA.
This is ELLIS.
That's the real. This E double. E double, so you know you in trouble.
All right, let's go ahead with Ellis. We'll go back to E again because I think E's out. Ellis, come on in, man. You know the gist of what we're doing tonight. We're pushing back on the pushback. Or on the push, should I say. Yeah, hey, do you remember? I mean, Ellis, do you remember when Colin Cowherd?
Yeah, no, I'm E.
Is this really?
I am E. Go ahead. I am E. You said it right. That's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's true. Do you remember when Colin Cowherd and Joy Taylor were sitting together? You know, Cowherd, I remember I didn't have a problem Cowherd saying the things he was saying because I was watching Joy and I liked her better than Colin. She was a little heavy then, but she still looked great. But now Joy has finally made me mad over on first. Was that? I forget which show she's on with them three dudes. But now Joy has gotten on my last nerve, and she was terrible back there with Cowherd. So because she had this thing about Jimmy Garoppolo, I thought Garoppolo, Taylor must have had to think about Jimmy, and he probably passed on her. What is with her? And Cowherd's always been a jerk ever since we found out that Trey was dating his daughter. I thought that had something to do with it, and dropped her. Unless that's a rumor that put out by people. But fam, I'm pushing back on the media because we're not making this up. We are targets every year. And you feel anything like what they were talking about as far as the draft goes? And are we, with the weak schedule, can Vegas be right? Could we possibly pull something that some of us, we don't even believe in ourselves as far as winning the NFC West? Oh, Harold, Speak. That's the name of that show with Joy Taylor. Go ahead.
I mean, let's who are we missing?
As far as what?
Who are we missing of grave importance?
Oh yeah.
In this offseason.
That's everybody's. We all have the same answer.
Name the one player, because it's only one.
I'm trying to think.
It's only one player that really matters. That's not here anymore.
BA.
That's Drake. No, well, okay. Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah,
but I'm just saying BA's out. He'll be back though, so he doesn't count. The guys that got dismissed.
Yeah, because that's what everybody's gauging our success on is all the players that we lost in the offseason. Charvarius Ward played good the first season. He wasn't really doing much after that. It was essentially the equivalent of having Ambry Thomas playing corner. You know, I hate to say it. A lot of the time,
Ellis, that's cold, man. No.
Charvarius was getting his ass smoked deep all the time, and he's a big, long, fast, stronger corner. Somebody that you would size up and be like, "Shit, man, he could play corner. He's shut down material." Yeah, right. The tape don't show that. Let's just keep it honest. And then, who else? I mean, don't say Javon Hargrave. He wasn't doing shit. That was 88. That was $88 million. Horribly
been donated to someplace where children don't have any food. He really was. Oh, that was terrible.
Okay, so I mean, I'm just saying all the players. I mean, Huff. I love Huff. He's not here no more, but he's not that much of a difference maker. Like, none of these guys are major difference makers. Dre Greenlaw is the only real difference maker that is no longer on this team. We have not just all of a sudden become a bottom tier team because we don't have Dre Greenlaw anymore.
Yep.
All those other players were no impact on the week to week games. We have the core players outside of Dre Greenlaw. We have every core player. except for what? I mean, Debo's not going to be there no more, but that just gives more snaps and more opportunities to other guys who are here, who are difference makers. And well, in actuality, in actuality, be more beneficial to the offense as a whole anyway. Because
Kyle was spotlighting him too hard. Yes.
Well, he was trying to appease him, and instead of just keep it real and say, "Look, you lost a step. You're not fast. You're not getting off. You're not holding on to the ball, and that's it." And so we're going through. We're going to run the offense through this person and not you. I mean, when you're ready, when you feel like you're really ready, let me know, and we'll give you a couple opportunities, but not center the game around him. Kyle mortgaged the season on trying to appease Debo's ass, and which is selfish as fuck on Debo's behalf. And
Debo should have said something right.
And totally retarded on Kyle's behalf to even, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To concede to Debo's gripes. So let's cut the shit. We got Christian McCaffrey. We got the best tight end in the world, and George Kittle. We got Brock Purdy. We got Big Trent Williams. We got Isaac Guerrero. We got Jawan Jennings. We got Ricky Pearsall.
Back.
We got Ross the Boss. We got Ross the Boss Dwelly back. In our tight end room.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they plan on doing with him, but that's Mr. Sure Hands. I don't think
good hands.
He had the highest. I know he only got thrown the ball 10 times or 10 to 12 times all the 7 years he was with us. But when his number was called, he never dropped the ball.
He answered the bell.
Okay, so let's give him that. He could have dropped all of them and missed out on those opportunities. So, but no, I'm just saying, man. Look, in the West, we got the Seahawks got better, and the Rams got a little better.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we got better defensively, which was the focal point. So as long as that can translate to the game with those draft picks, then we have gone up with our counterparts in the NFC, and we are still in question. I mean, we are still in the run-ins for first place in the NFC. I still believe 100% that we can win the NFC West quite easily, if I'm being honest.
Kyle
if we really play the way that we're supposed to,
all day.
100%. 100%. So I'm not, a lot of people, feel like we just fell off, like we don't have shit anymore. But they got to really look at all of the players that we lost. Nobody was really an impactful player on the offensive side or defensive side of the ball, whether you're talking about Jalen Moore, Aaron Banks. I mean, shit, we got replacements for all of them. The only person we don't have a replacement for is one, Dre Greenlaw. We got our boy, what's his name, from out of Oklahoma State. He's got big shoes to fill.
Yeah, we'll see.
Between him and D Winters, we should be able to kind of cover the missing, Dre Greenlaw, and we should be able to make up for some of that production. And even if we can have that made up for in some fashion, we're gonna be all right, man, because we got all the rest of the other pieces in place.
Guaranteed, Ellis. We got to roll though, because before the sun comes up. But listen, I'll be back Sunday, and you know this, and I want you to continue right where you left off.
That's a bet.
All right.
That's a bet, man. Thank you for the platform. Shout out production. Shout out all the family, man. Shout out the Dragon family. Shout out Tone, and shout out Evan. Shout out Casey, Donut, Tanisha, Frank, Brian. Shout out Steven and the family, and shout out the chat, man. Y'all keep it lit. Y'all know what it is. Shout out show, and yeah, man, it's full life.
There you go. All right, fam. Appreciate you, Ellis, and you know this.
Yeah.
See you in a minute.
Yes, sir,
right,
man. Appreciate you. All right.
All right.
Respect.
Bill. Boy, I can't. Rudy, he lives in a world of fantasy. He really thinks his team is so good they're just going to run Rob shot over the NFL, and especially us. Keep on dreaming, Rudy. Hey, yo, Bill.
I heard my name, was waiting for a while. When are you going to learn to stop letting those Ram fans get to you? They're not going to be nothing. They're going to be anything.
I've
like
kept it light.
And they're not even a Cinderella team, okay? They're not even a three-peat. I mean, don't they only have 2 Super Bowls, though, in their lifetime? They're not even a dynasty.
Last time I counted, that's it. There was a short run, and they got to play the Cincinnati Bengals for that one. Had it been Patrick and company, they would still be sitting on 1. So, I don't know what they're talking about and bragging about. I mean, they embarrass themselves every time they do that, but it's hilarious.
I'd rather have 5 dusty trophies than 2 trophies. One that's, a little in our time, and the other one, I mean, you got 2, okay? Congratulations, but that does not make you mean
in
special.
70 years of effort.
The problem with the most things is they don't know how to count, okay? They have problems with math. So they think 2 is better than 5.
Yeah. Well, if you're the Rams, you're grateful, and unlike us, we think we should have 7, 8, 9 trophies, but they have 2, and they feel like, well, we would. And you guys aren't counting our championships before the Super Bowl era. I mean, it's kind of weak, but it's kind of sad, So they come to us. Bill, I always wondered, why don't you guys go talk to the Cardinals, Panthers? There's other teams you could talk to and you can dominate and look down upon. No. They come to a team they gotta bend their neck to look up to talk shit to. I mean, I don't get it. But Bill, we have our own problems. The fact of the matter is that we can't get any respect from the media either. They say that our draft was a head scratcher for the most part. But Vegas is in our corner, though.
It needs to be done. Yeah. It needs to be done, Ronbo.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Remember the last time they did that to us?
Yeah.
Oh, Ronbo, do you remember the last time it happened to the Niners? We almost won that Super Bowl.
In 2019, I called us immature and not ready for that yet. Not ready for that primetime game. You're right. I was first one to say, everybody else, we're going to Super Bowl. Man, y'all need to calm down. We ain't got no maturity on this team. They're too young. They don't have to kind of make mistakes. They got to learn. Boom. But we ran into Patrick Mahomes.
And you got to run into him again.
Bill, I don't think so. I think the AFC.
Ronbo.
AFC.
You played the Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
I don't think they got it.
I'm not going to.
Okay, I'm just saying,
but going to help them.
I don't know. The AFC looks scary this year, actually.
Yeah.
The teams that got, Buffalo, Cincinnati, all those teams got scary.
I'm hoping that they take the Super Bowl hangover since they lost. They got beat down. I'm hoping they got slapped back to reality and not come back to the Super Bowl next year. I'm really hoping. But if that don't happen, I would love for us to face the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. I would love for us to go against, not the Ravens, though. We ain't ready for the Ravens.
Hey, Joey Bosa versus Nick. If it's Buffalo, you and me both. I don't like Lamar Jackson to go against him. My God, it's just too much. He could run, and now he knows how to throw very well. Oh, my God. I don't know how they keep losing, though. I think that's it. I think Lamar Jackson and company, if I had to pick an AFC team, it might be the Ravens.
It's not this year, though. Next year's when it's going to be damaging.
Harbaugh, though.
I really believe there's a sleeping team we're not even looking at. It could be the Houston Texans. 49ers and Houston Texans. What do you think about that?
Yeah. And you know what? And keep an eye. You know what? I hate to say it, but keep a slight eye on the Raiders.
That would be great. The 49ers, Raiders Super Bowl, Battle of the Bay.
Yes! No, I got family members and I want it. Oh, God!
Should have been to Vegas.
Oh, man. And beat
that would be something epic.
And then every relative, who run the Bay? Huh? Answer my question, boy. Who'll run the ball? Look, man, get out my face. I mean, it gets heated with me and my family members when it comes to the Raiders. If we beat them, Bill. But, you know, the Raiders got to make it first. They got a hard road to hoe, too.
Oh, that would be something. Niners, Raiders, Super Bowl, Santa Clara. That would be something. That would sell. That could actually sell a lot of seats and a lot of tickets. That would be a big game. I'm telling you.
All kind of nostalgia for that game. They start going all the way back to when, God, man, whew, that would be amazing.
They're about making millions and billions of dollars. There you go. You just said it, Ronbo. You just promoted the biggest Super Bowl ever.
Yeah, because they've been waiting for that forever. You know, this goes all the way back to Madden in the 49ers. They never could get the two powerhouse teams together, you know? Because either we weren't playing or they weren't playing to get to the Super Bowl. Bill, you know, we got to go, though, fam. I see you Sunday. And
all right, give me a 39 shout out. Hold your head up. There's a lot of football ready before we get to football. Okay? A lot of things could happen.
Big Bill, I'll see you Sunday, fam.
Yeah, keep your head up, man. Don't let people get in your head. And don't worry about those rings. There's one more thing before I go. Talk about them Cowboys later.
I forgot all about Washington. You know, fam, with Adam Peters over there, and Washington made some modifications. And that quarterback he was already looking like he's in his fourth or fifth season last year. What's he going to look like this year? And it's going to be hard. Man, if you're going to try to pick out the Super Bowl this year and the two teams are going to be in it, bring your lunch, man, because you be spending a lot of time on that. Man, that's just really AFC. Hey, yo, E.
Ronbo.
He's standing outside washing his car talking to me later.
Ronbo.
Yes.
You hear me?
I can hear you. Come on in the house, man.
Yeah, I had to make a run upstairs to go get me some snacks.
Oh, yeah. And late night snacks do taste better than any other time of the day, don't they? Tell you what, man, you know.
Word.
It ain't a good idea to go to bed on them, but still, you can do it every now and then. Wake
and
up
watch he
looking like
watch
Debo.
he cut me off mute.
Huh?
As soon as I get up here. I was like, watch he cut me off mute.
No, we got you now. And if we do, we'll find a way to get back on. You on your way upstairs now?
What y'all over there dreaming about? I heard y'all dreaming about some 49ers, Raiders, Super
yeah, we're
Bowl
talking about,
stuff.
because the Raiders have done just enough to make some noise in the AFC this year. I got a feeling they're going to be tougher than what people anticipate. Pete Carroll, do you remember how hard the Hawks played for Pete Carroll? There were a couple of seasons we played the Hawks. I thought they were done. But they played us all the way into the fourth quarter. And I understand it's about the division familiarity, but still, we were way better than the Hawks man for man. And I'll be damned if we didn't go to the fourth quarter with minutes left on the game. In the fourth quarter, last few minutes of the game, for us to finally pull away from the Hawks. See, Pete Carroll and his gum, and I know he's been I bet he's got a box of gum sitting in the locker room already, ready to go.
Snap.
Man, the Hawks did still scare me even to the last day that Carroll left because they always played us tough.
That's a division. Raiders suck.
Yeah,
Raiders are the Raiders.
I know they ain't getting no respect in that new because they're new in the as far as the AFC goes, as far as Pete Carroll and everybody else in Vegas.
They don't fumble the ball regardless.
They got Genty.
Don't care. It's like going to Cleveland. Like all them teams, like man. Listen, they trust me. You might go to playoffs, but then you're gonna lose right there.
Well, yeah, but it's gonna be Pete Carroll football. Run the ball, play defense. You know what, E? No matter how fancy the NFL gets, that is still the ultimate formula.
Simple
Run
football.
the ball, yes, and play some solid defense. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing.
We got a block man here. We get a man blocked here, and we run right up the wedge.
Coaches that run that kind of offense talk just like that too.
Word.
Harbaugh was like that. Harbaugh run the ball right in your fat. Harbaugh, you look at the word smash mouth football, and there'll be a picture of Harbaugh.
Yes,
Harbaugh did not give a damn who you had on defense. We're running right into your
Look
face.
At his chin. Look at his chin and his. All right, that's why I said Shanahan don't have the demeanor sometimes to do that at the goal line because he don't have that. Like Harbaugh look like he will fight you.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. You see a few referees. I worried he was going to get kicked out of the game.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Shanahan ain't about that life.
No, Shanahan's finesse. He's at
X's and O's.
Supposed to,
I call it.
Yeah, he's the one that's going to make you look like a fool. And I was always envious of that when he wasn't playing for us or with us. When I watched the Falcons, the 7th most productive offense in NFL history. I said, damn. But look at who he had, though.
Julio Jones and all that.
Ooh, yeah. Devontae, what was that, running back? Oh, man, he had everything. And he was a running back he was the best in the game that year. Man, that was
Jamal
an
Anderson, I think.
team.
Was it Jamal Anderson?
No, running back. Coleman and anyway, he's a little guy, but boy, he ate up the yards. Anyway, I was hoping that was going to be us next.
But I don't know. Like if he didn't like the fumble on the special teams, the U-check fumble, a lot of fumbles messed us up a little bit, but. I don't like right now. Like I like our line,
offensive line.
I'm not scared of Kyler Murray with the line we got right now.
The defensive line, yeah.
Yeah,
I know, right? We got speed.
Our defensive line. Well, ain't that much speed. We got I don't think both of us speed rusher. He's a power rusher.
I'm talking about overall speed on that entire defense. Yeah, I'm gonna put a spy on him. I'm gonna put. We got that linebacker. I want to put that boy on him.
Too.
Because that dude,
I always put a spy on the running quarterback. Because they get away, and smack him. When you get away, I want you to hit him hard.
Exactly. Nick Martin, go ahead, run, Kyler,
yes.
run.
Upton. All right, what's up with our Willises and all like that? Luthers, our cornerback Luther, Willises, and our offensive line gonna say the same. I think. And I don't know who the 2 free agents we picked up.
Offensive line. Oh yeah. Kyle's not going to trust in the offensive line. They're going to groom them. We've been grooming about 3 or 4 offensive linemen for 4 years.
No, we just signed one.
No, I'm talking about the ones we've had. We've been grooming Zakel.
Oh yeah, they ain't going to start.
Nick Zakel. Zakel's been being groomed 2021, 22. I don't know. Why are we going to keep him if he's not ready to go in 3 years? And remember, we did that with Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks was too fat and too slow, and we let him sit out a year and train him up and get him ready. He was not bad.
He like
when he
red
came
shirt
back.
people.
Huh?
Like he red shirt. Now I don't pay you the red shirt. I pay you to play, not the red shirt.
I can deal with 1 year, but if it takes more than that, I'm done. Go get somebody else.
You got 1 year on special teams.
Yeah. Zakel is
Other
huge
than that,
too,
you better
fam.
be starting.
I wish he could snap the ball, but he may not be that bright. And you can't understand. You need to be smart about football to play center.
Ronbo crazy.
How
you say that, Ronbo?
Why isn't he playing? If he could center, he'd be perfect. The dude is huge.
Because Brendel surprised me how bad he was. Like I ain't never seen an offensive lineman be on his back pocket so much. Like at least trip him or something. Like do something, bite him.
He's too light.
Like good Lord, my man is really like they made their turnstile like that was a different one. I ain't never heard that one, but he was on his back pocket a lot.
I know. You don't like to see your offensive lineman laying in the dirt all the time. So
what the hell you doing, homie?
Hey, look, boy, we gotta go though. Because we're late night, and you was on your way to snack. Get that late one.
Well, I'm about to go to sleep too.
All right, fam. Have a great night. I look for you.
Guess what I mean? I mean pumpkin seeds. Have you ever pumpkin seeds?
I was always too lazy for pumpkin seeds, but yeah, they're good though.
Nah, not the sunflower seeds. Pumpkin seeds, you put them in your mouth and eat.
That's right. I'm talking about somebody. You're right. All right. All right, fam.
All right.
Enjoy them.
All right.
See
Be
you
good.
Sunday. You too. Night, fam. Hey, Brian. The law. The law might be making an arrest. Right? You have the right to remain silent, Brian, but you shouldn't. All that you say can and will be held to you in a court of law. Have you ever had Miranda read to you?
Rambo, what it do, Rambo?
Anthony, come on in, man.
Rambo, I've been missing in action a little bit, Rambo.
Yeah, you okay? Everything all right?
5 years ago I had an aneurysm, man. I had a stroke.
Ooh.
I started back therapy. When I come for therapy, man, I be tired, and I was waiting on you, man. I was waiting to talk to you. I fell asleep, Rambo.
Oh.
Hey, I can tell you about these draft picks, Rambo.
Yeah, please.
Rambo, them boys we got, Rambo, up front, Alfred Collins and C.J. West. In the defense end we got, that's all the Smith.
Yeah. Fournette's tired of people running on him. Get every man out there can stop the run. And Nick is good at it, too.
Rambo, everybody we pick is a run stuffer, Rambo.
I need pressure on that quarterback.
Cam Williams, the edge rusher we got, Rambo, was the best edge setter
in the
quarterback in the draft.
I heard, or as they say across the Midwest, heard.
So, Rambo, don't let them fool you. In the linebacker we got, Rambo, Nick Moore.
Quick.
That's your Drake Green line. He's vicious, Rambo.
I heard.
He be picking people up, slam on the ground too. They might pipe him down a little bit, Rambo.
Oh, I love that.
Just like Drake Greenlaw.
Yeah, right. You had to calm Dre down all four quarters.
He mean, he vicious, Rambo, and he got that speed, and he put up 26 reps on the bench press, Rambo.
I know. You know what?
He built up like Mustafa, Rambo.
Man. Can you imagine a combination of Mustafa and Greenlaw? Bad attitude and strong and fast. Yeah.
Everybody we picked up, the safety we got, Rambo, that boy you put in the middle of the field, in the back there, Rambo, he got the speed.
Upton
He's
Stout.
so serious, Rambo. He's a pick six monster, Rambo. He run a 4.37 in the 40, Rambo.
Are you talking about Upton or are you talking about safety Marquise Siegel?
Both of them. Both of them run 4.37 in the 40.
Both of them are quick. Yeah.
Up to stop run a 4.37. Marquise Siegel, that boy is tough too, Rambo. Fast. Solid when he got the ball. He would have got his balls, Rambo.
I know. Solid must watch a lot of tape. Because Solid picked guys that he knows can run his defense like he wants it. Man! Ho!
I'm trying to say, in the wide receiver we got, Rambo, Junior Bergen, wide receiver.
Yeah, you talking about him last time. Junior Bergen.
4-3. He's a punt returner, boy. They call him, what's the dude they used to do the punt return for the Chicago Bears?
Punt return for Bears.
You do the punt return for the Chicago Bears.
Recently or down through the years?
Back then. You used to do all them punt returns, you run it all the way back. What is oh yeah, David Hester. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, David Hester.
That's what they call Junior Bird. They say David Hester 2.0.
Oh, I can't. Because I've been wanting to see a guy like this for a long time. If he gives us good field position all day, every day.
We had to sit there again, Rambo.
I know. Boy.
This dude last year in college, Ronbo, he broke the SEC record in punt return. 8 punt return for a touchdown, Ronbo.
How did we finally get one of those? I've been wanting one of those for years. Anthony, man, every time I look at somebody else who has one, I said, how come we can't find one of those? My God. He's up there at the 60-yard line.
We got him right here, Ronbo.
Oh.
We got him right here, Ronbo. Punt returns and kickoff return. He can turn it back. He averaged 16.7 yards, Ronbo.
I'm gonna put him out on the flanker, too.
Put us on their side of the field, Ronbo. Short field for us.
Oh, I'm gonna put him out a wide receiver as well. He gonna put him in the slot.
And, Ronbo, and he can catch, Ronbo.
Well, yeah, he's gonna have to if he's good at catching punt returns. They don't get enough love. Those guys usually have hands. Anthony?
Ronbo, man, I'm just saying, man. I seen all the negative what they were saying. I was like, yeah, right.
Yeah, McHale just can't get. He can't get no love. Oh, he's got a few people here and there. I think he's a good pick, but yeah.
The defensive tackle, C.J. West that we got.
All he is a nose tackle. You can put him in for 2 downs. I said, what? Come on, man. Y'all tripping, man.
Ronbo, you know when he ran in the 40, Ronbo?
What?
He ran a 4.9. Ronbo, you know how big he is, ran a 4.9 in the 40, Ronbo.
He broke 5? So you know what? That means he's got a big engine. I liked him as soon as I saw the clip. I said, this dude, man.
Him and Alfred Collins. Man, Ronbo, I'm trying to tell you. Them boy, get what he said about quarterbacks.
What?
He said, West, I hate quarterbacks. He said, as far as the Steelers go, I just like slap him in the face.
That's my kind of dude, man. Come on in, CJ. Oh! He's got a little bit of Richie Incognito in him.
he said, the Steelers, I just know to slap him in their face.
and ask him, and like my friend used to say was a kid, boy, I'll come and slap you and make you like it. You come on over here and slap. Come on over here. I'll be here waiting for you, boy. You know, some dudes been talking trash. It fires everybody up. You know, that'd be awesome. We need that kind of thing.
These boy big, mean, and nasty, Ronbo.
Anthony, we got to go, though, fam.
Ain't no run, no.
You know, Anthony, I'm
when you stop the run, Ronbo, I'm gonna say this before you go. Ronbo, what did I tell you about a month ago? I said we're gonna go to the draft, Ronbo. I said our team this year gonna be mostly rookies. Did I tell you that, Ronbo?
You did, fam. Let's get into that more because it's too late now. You're right. Stop doing, have some fun, Anthony. I'll see you Sunday. All right.
All right, Ronbo.
Oh my God. Fitting for his name, too, because we're late tonight. And it is the Nighthawk.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, Ronbo? Long time.
Nighthawk, I know, man. We ain't talked to at least 2-3 months. Minimum. I haven't talked to you since the season ended. And both of us sort of mad as hell behind that season. It's going to be better this year, Nighthawk.
I was just upset. That's why they want to. It's nothing.
Yeah. And Nighthawk's over in Virginia, so he's got to listen to Washington fans running around just, Nighthawk, you know how you used to go to work and tell us how you come rolling up into work with your 49er cap on? And people just standing there just waiting for you to come in and just work you over?
Oh, yeah. You know what? They were talking shit. They said, we got Bebo now.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Nighthawk, you got to put up with that. Hey, but listen, Nighthawk, I have one thing to say about that. It's this. Debo could go over there, and if Debo doesn't watch his diet, people in Washington going to be mad as Debo as we were before he left. Debo's got an eating disorder. I really think so. Because at the beginning of the season, he was lean and mean. Mid-season, Debo took a picture sideways. It looked like he swallowed a whole watermelon without cutting it. It was just sitting in his stomach like he was having a baby. I said, what? And he was wearing somebody else's jersey because he was trying to making us mad about how he wasn't happy with how the 49ers was treating him. I said,
Yeah,
Devo,
Yeah, the fans are talking shit. They said, we good now.
Yeah, they was good before. Washington looked unreasonably good last year. That was a shock, a surprise. I mean, that quarterback, that rookie, that youngster came in and ran that team like he's been running them for 3 or 4 years. Jalen Hurts, but man, you know what? I look out for Washington next year. If that's the team, the NFC East is going to be a MF. Nighthawk, Washington, Philly, because Cowboys ain't in it. Who's in that division?
Cowboys are out. It's gonna be Philly and Commandos.
Yeah, there's a fourth team. Oh, New York. Hey, Nighthawk. You know, not yet, but the Giants they put together a nice draft. Actually.
Yeah, they did, but they're not up like the Philly and Commandos are.
No, they're not there. But they finally put together.
But they're close. They're close to it, but they're closer than the Cowboys are.
Jerry Jones, there may be something wrong with Jerry. How old is Jerry now? 89, 90 or something like that? Jerry.
I don't know.
He won't let his son run the team, right? What was Jerry doing in the draft? I think they picked out how come they didn't get a primetime receiver? CeeDee's still on his own. I ain't got no sympathy for him. I'm just laughing at the fact that Jerry does not understand that he needs to turn that team over to his son or somebody. But let them keep doing what they're doing. God.
Yeah, who cares about them?
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm so glad that 49ers re-signed Kittle.
Yeah, I was worried about that too. And we got a second-round offer for him the night before the draft. Word is the 49ers got a second-round pick for George Kittle. Offer. 49ers says, nah, you can take that second-round pick and put it right back where the sun don't shine. We're not giving you no George Kittle for no second round. If you want to impress me, say first round. I'm going to still tell you no. George Kittle is a part of the franchise. 49ers want to sign him for life. He is done. When he finishes 49ers, he goes right over to Vince McMahon and gets into the WWE. But he ain't going to another football team. No way.
Yeah, but he got some money now. They're going to pay him real good now.
I know. George may stay with the team. Wouldn't it be great if George just stayed with – because he liked the Bay Area. Maybe George stays with the team in some coaching aspect because he's always – it's an inspiring dude,
Now, I did like the draft. It was good.
I thought so, too. I didn't know enough about all the players, but from what I've seen of them, I've been looking up on them now. Robert Saleh, these guys are – he wants fast. Saleh wants speed. So he wants to smother a team. And these guys he picked out, some of them are mean. I mean.
But I wish they picked up an offensive player to protect our quarterback.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work out. I mean, it won't be any worse. But I do like the fact that we got CMC back, and that takes a little pressure off the offensive line. Not because he's going to be blocking, but because he'll become immediately available. We've seen Brock Purdy running last year like crazy, man. I mean, every time you looked at Brock Purdy,
yeah,
was
so
bailing
we're
out of
going
that
to do
pocket.
something.
Hey.
Yeah, so we did real good in the draft.
Yeah. So
I like the defense they picked. Robert Saleh picked some good people.
Yeah, I know, right? It's going to be pleasant to see that again. Remember when we used to be able to stop the run? It's been a while.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, wow. I look forward to this. Defense,
yeah.
don't take
But
risks.
okay, man, but I'm not going to hold you up because I know you got to go too.
All right. Appreciate that, Nighthawk, checking in.
Okay, can you give me a shout out?
I can do this, and you know this. A Nighthawk is back. Oh, things are good now, man, because Nighthawk, man. And
Okay, man, I'll see you guys later. Smash that like button.
And Nighthawk had his. You know how you do. Nighthawk is. Yeah.
What I forgot what I do.
Let me do it for you.
Oh yeah,
Nighthawk is out. Yeah,
Nighthawk is out. I'll see you guys later.
Nighthawk.
Okay, good night.
Night, fam. Hey, yo, Johnny, come on in, man.
Hello, Ronbo. How are you doing?
Mike, you're wrong. Rudy doesn't shower. Johnny, doing great, man. I'm looking forward to the season now. We look pretty complete, and I was also inspired by the fact that Nick Bosa and Trent Williams are already in camp, inspiring the youngins. This is how we do as a 49er. Catch on, watch and learn. Yes, Johnny, we're ready to go, man. But we know the media's still taking shots at us, just vicious shots. And Vegas is with us, though. Vegas says, the 49ers, they looked at the Rams and noticed that the Rams just slid by last year. They made some adjustments, but they just slid by last year all season long. They did a good job against the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I mean, the NFCC. No, it wasn't NFCCG. That wasn't. No. Was that the NFCCG? Anyway, they did good against the Eagles in the playoffs, right? But again, if there wasn't, the snow on the ground is the only reason why Saquon didn't eat them up. So that's why they were able to hang in there as long as they did. So, Johnny, they're going to be a challenge. Well, I mean, most teams who play are going to be a challenge. It always is. So, even though we supposedly have an easy schedule, but they don't. But what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think we've got a good chance. Salah's obviously got the players in that he wants now.
Yeah. Salah
we need to stay fit.
Yeah.
It's good to see what Trent is back in the facility and all that sort of thing. I was a bit worried that he might retire.
Yes.
I was looking at when Joe Staley retired, because that sort of come out of the blue.
Yeah.
He retired, and it came out during day 3 of the draft. So they were concerned doing in the draft if it come out there with Trent then. But obviously that's not going to happen. The only reason why he's playing is doing the Super Bowl. So you must think that we got some sort of chance there. Otherwise he would have asked for a move or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good the boss is there. I think we just need to stay fit.
Every year, Johnny. Every year, that's what. Even last year, Johnny, that's what took us down. Everybody can't be hurt, and Johnny, that's what I understand. People took shots at us right and left. Why? Because they don't normally get a chance to beat us up and say things like they were saying last year. Because I got half my roster hurt, and the other half is not doing well. So, 49ers, you guys, Super Bowl window is closed, and you're getting old and you're tired. I'm telling you, right now, you guys need to ride off in a sunset and shut up. Okay, see? Well, that's not a problem now, Johnny.
Yeah.
We're going to compete.
I am still concerned with the rest of the offensive line. Like I've said that.
Yeah.
And who's going to play guard opposite Pumi and things like that. But hopefully they can work some out. I know we drafted by Colton Colby, who some people are saying is pretty good, a bit of a steal, and some are saying we sent on for a reason. So we just have to see. But
don't believe in the schedule being easy, though. The easy schedule worries me because, the players will never take the schedule easy. Complacency can be a frightening thing. Don't take anything for granted, please, 49ers. But they won't because they went through too much last year.
Yeah, I think so. I think we would have learned a lot last year.
A lot.
I know those teams are going to get better, but we have got better, I think. So I think it's all down to fitness. If you can stay fit, the key players stay fit, then we've got a chance. Especially with the Super Bowl being in our own backyard.
Oh, I know. See, honestly, Johnny, I don't want to get my expectations too high on the 49ers defending the Super Bowl in our house because it's such a letdown if it doesn't happen. I just wanted to play hard. I want them to go minimum of 12-5. Wait, 17. Yeah, 12-5 is the floor. I want the NFC playoffs. Normally, every time we go to the playoffs, we go to the NFCCG minimum. Okay, if you get to the NFCCG now, all bets are off. I want they got to win the NFCCG. If you get there, that means you really are good. And then, God, it's possible. Because Shanahan and Salah together, that's a lot for another team to try to take on. It's going to be rough on every team we play. Shanahan and Salah back together again, running both sides of the ball. They got Gus Bradley helping them out. Oh, man.
It is looking promising.
We just need Jake Moody to be okay, Johnny. That's it. If Jake Moody can please not mess up. Jake, God, please help Jake Moody. Oh, my God. Oh, Jake. Because there's going to be close games.
I think surely they're going to bring someone in to sort of challenge him.
Yeah, he is.
I would have thought. Yeah. Because,
Johnny, you should send one of those UK rugby teams. Send one of those guys on over. Because I love Mitch Wisnowski. I'm wondering if Mitch is going to be back anytime soon. Just a guy that really knows how to use his feet. Sometimes I think American kickers, they're good at just kicking a football because that's the only game they know. But if I could get a world-class football player, like we got him in Mexico, got him in Australia, got him all throughout the UK. I know we got to keep him on, but God, I trust them more.
What I've been reading about Ronbo is that in practice he's really good.
I heard about that.
He sort of doesn't miss, and then in the game is when they go. So I don't know if he needs some sort of psychologist for the same before he goes on the field. To just have a word with him, put his head straight. Because that to me is like between his ears rather than in his legs.
It is. You know it is.
So get someone in just to have a chat with him. It's supposed to be cross the half.
Johnny, I think he should
just get him.
I think he should take. I think Connor. He should take therapy every week, at least 2 hours of therapy, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, he needs to work through this because he really is having mental issues. He can kick. He can kick the hell out of the ball.
Yeah, if you can do it in practice, you can do it on the field. So just sort his head out.
God. No, he's got it. He's on. He's being. There's competition out of camp, from what I understand from this year. Jake, that's it, Jake. That's it. This is year number 3. You've got to get better, or I'm sorry, you got to go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The veteran competition. You know what I'm doing,
and earn it. That's okay. If you earn it, just got to do it. Johnny, always a pleasure. We got to go. It's late night here. I'm going to tell you what. Have the great rest of your day, Johnny. Appreciate you.
Yes, yeah.
All right.
You have a good night.
You too, Johnny.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Okay,
Cheers.
Bye.
Right. And hey, Stephen.
Ronbo.
Stephen, I mean,
come through. You know he good things.
I'm gonna say, Stephen, where's your opening theme? You always come in with a track. I can never name that tune, though. Who is that?
That's Drake.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna assume from now on you're doing Drake. Stephen, I being old school, Drake to me is not. He's just not a rapper. I don't see any street cred. Drake does not write his own material. I'm a little concerned with where rap and hip hop has gone. Drake represents modern hip hop, but you go ahead and you like him because he sells big. He's like a badass. Yeah. But I don't know.
You're like a old school guy, right?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. The rappers that are already left. I mean, NWA is the greatest thing that ever happened to hip hop, and Drake would have never been able to survive with them dudes. Drake on the streets of Compton, they just beat his ass every day.
How you doing? How you doing today, Ronbo?
I'm doing great. Hey, listen, Steven, the thing is, tonight we're talking about the nasty things being saying about the 49ers. It's not, we don't deserve this. And our first round, they went after our first round draft pick and said we could have done better. What were we thinking? It's like it was a terrible pick. They're getting on I mean, even we couldn't stop the run last year, right? We got a guy named C.J. West. Is just a monster out of Indiana. They said he's good for 2 downs. Is that worth a 3rd-round pick? What is wrong with you people? What are you angry about? Leave us alone. What do you think about our draft? Because I haven't talked to you about the draft because you haven't been here in a while.
Okay, thanks for giving me the mic.
I forgot about you in that.
Yeah. It's good to be back. I haven't been on for a while. But now that the draft's over, I'll give you my honest opinion, and I'll say it was decent. It was a decent draft for the Niners. Yeah.
Wait till you see these guys play.
No, but I'm kind of I might be negative here, but no efforts on the offensive line. What's good?
And we're all mad about that.
But I mean, okay, you're gonna stick with your guys then? Okay, then we'll see how that goes.
It better go well too, because you know what though? Watch what's gonna happen now, Steven. Next year the 49ers are gonna be all offensive line. Watch and see. I got a feeling because they do this sometimes. They go. This year was defense lineman, and next year it's probably gonna be offensive. So as long as you don't get another. Oh, God. Remember last time we went offensive line in the 1st round?
Yeah. I think it was...
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Mick, yeah. We'll do better
I
this
was going to say, Williams, I really like him. What do you think of him? He's going to be a big impact on this team, Ronbo.
Hey, that's that guy's. He's huge, and he played football in Texas. That's all I want to know. And college football programs in Texas are tough. The Dallas Cowboys are lacking a little bit, but the college programs, I think the biggest percentage of those schools put out good product. So yeah, kid's huge too. Man.
But what's your grade on this draft for the Niners, Ronbo?
No, I gave him a B+ because after I looked it over really well, I said, you know what, Niners addressed what they needed to address. Granted, and a B+ because we didn't get any offensive linemen. We got a couple of guys that might be okay, though. We didn't know we had an offensive lineman in the 3rd round of Pooney last year. Look at Pooney. Oh, my. What if we do that again this year? There may be one we got from somebody. People talk about some kid we just picked up from and I didn't get all the UDFAs. I got to look him up. But we might be okay. You know, Steven, you remember, continuity is what builds a good offensive line more than anything else. You can bring in a bunch of great players to put them on the offensive line, but if they don't know each other, there's no cohesion. They don't work well together. It can be a mess. So we're going to see what happens. These guys have been together now for 2 or 3 seasons. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we have Robert Saleh back, so that's helpful too.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think of our division opponents? Like how they drafted? Are you impressed by them?
You know what? Every team in our division did pretty well. Actually, to be honest, every team in our division did pretty well. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, and the bad thing about Steven, all of us, the 49ers, Cardinals, Hawks, Rams, we all know each other and our tendencies very well. This is always going to be a problem because you watch other teams play other teams around the NFL, and sometimes you get the brains beat out, and we wonder how that team did that because they don't know that team. They just got to go in there straight up and beat them. So, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I saw we got a linebacker, Martin. He looks good.
He's tough. He's a younger version of Greenlaw from what they're saying.
Yeah, and I saw Greenlaw. I guess he got hurt again, which is
screwed up his quad.
Yeah.
Camp OTAs hasn't even taken place. He's already hurt.
Jeez.
Feel bad for him though, because I'm still grateful to him for what he did for us. So yeah, poor guy.
Yeah.
Achilles, quads. Damn, Drake, bad luck.
Rob, I I watched Grant Cohn's video on the picks, and he was like positive, and I was like,
Grant, I love Grant.
thank goodness.
Grant can be hilarious sometimes. And nowadays, he's getting even more funny. Some of those quick takes he does sometimes, God, that's hilarious. He's down through the years. Grant used to be just somebody who used to really bother me sometimes with his negativity. But now, Grant, he's throwing in a certain sense of humor to it. Every now and then I have to laugh. He's still a little bit mean, but sometimes he's right on target. Most of the time, actually. But you know what? He's got to wait on some of these players to develop. Give him a minute. People judge draft picks too soon. It's way too early. Way too early. So, wait.
Do you think the roster is set, or do you think we need to add more moves? Would you say?
When you say set, what do you mean set in what way? Ready to roll, or should we get some more? It's too late to get other people now. Hey,
with the draft,
wait and see after the last day when the cuts take place. We might pick up a couple of players there. I'm not sure, because 49ers always seem to leave an opening on the roster coming out of the last cut. We'll see what happens. So we there may be some additions though, for sure.
Yeah,
Steven, I'm telling you right now, man, you went 3 or 4 months, man. I at least 2 or 3. We didn't hear from you. So get in here and give me some more Drake, and I'll be waiting on you. We gotta go. I'll be Sunday if you got time. I'll be here.
Oh, Sunday. Okay, I'll be on Sunday.
All right.
I'm Rumble. Good night, and because I'm the man. Did you forget?
I gotta listen to Drake more often.
I'll see you Sunday.
Looking forward to it, Steven. Night, fam. Rudy's getting worked. I love it. Hey, Tony, ATL. Tony probably started this too. Tony's the Rudy work is incredible tonight. Tony.
Ronbo, don't. Good evening, first of all, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Ronbo, don't eat off of that truck. Rudy's on the run from the law and from the California Department of Health.
You already know. If Rudy knew who he was serving, if we walked up to the truck, give me 2 tacos. Hey, don't give me too many peppers. Just give me a medium amount of peppers, okay? And give me a burrito. You got chimichangas? Yeah, I'll get one of those. And Rudy's, I know who this is. So Rudy slips in the back and finds a laxative that he takes himself. But he puts an overdose in you can put no, you can't fry it. What can you, you can put it in a taco. That's right, because you don't fry a taco. All the ingredients are already cooked. And then you're in the bathroom for 3 weeks because of Rudy.
People have been getting sick off of that truck already. That's why he's on the run.
Rudy,
how you doing this evening, sir?
Your bad food, fam. I'm looking at the blowback. In fact, I saw where you guys got some blowback too. I was listening to ESPN the other day. Why do they have a problem with you guys picking up that edge rusher? Who would they have liked for you to pick up?
No, what happened was, I don't know, because the second edge rusher we traded back into the first round, and we traded with the Rams. They gave us their first round pick to get back, and we gave the Rams our first round pick for next year. That's the whole hoopla.
Trade for
now we don't have a first round pick next year.
Okay, because what was the premier edge rusher in this particular draft? The Giants picked him up.
The kid from Penn State. I forgot his name. Abdul Carter.
Abdul. Hey, Abdul was gone. Okay, after that, most of the edge rushers were kind of all similar in a way where if you got one, you were okay. If you got the other one, you're still okay. And the guys on ESPN were just going nuts on. Now, the Falcons said you pick up. I don't know why they picked up Pierce. His name is Pierce, right? Guys, I don't know why they picked up Pierce. What?
And we didn't expect Jalen Walker to be there. So we grabbed him and then traded back to get
and then
the James kid from Tennessee.
Yeah.
which is an excellent pass rusher.
Yeah, people don't understand. I was sitting there listening to those guys. Guys, you guys understand the Falcons don't need nothing but defense, and that no matter what form it comes in, as long as he's legit, because they can kill you with the offense. Period. They just
we need to get another backup nose tackle because we got David Onyemata coming back, but we need a backup. I'm sure we'll get him between now and training camp and preseason because we're fine on 3-4 defensive ends. We're fine with edge rushers now. We're fine on inside linebackers, corner. We need another nose tackle.
Yeah, a lot of teams can say that though. Yeah, a good solid nose tackle is just intimidating.
I'm happy with three of our undrafted free agents. We got that Nick Nash kid out of San Jose State, the wide receiver. I've seen him play.
Yeah,
he had 104 catches this year for over 1,400 yards. I cannot believe he didn't get drafted, but he's a Falcon now. And we got Kobe Bryant, the cornerback from Kansas.
Yeah.
I don't know how he didn't get drafted.
Oh, I remember seeing his name.
We talked about playing him at nickel.
To go well too.
As a backup nickel, to get him acclimated. He's a good football player. I can't believe he didn't get drafted.
Oh, hey, I forgot to. I was keeping an eye on that kid from Cal, the linebacker. That spells his name. His last name, he uses a Y-E at the end. Who was that Cal linebacker that everybody was talking about?
You said from California?
Cal Berkeley, yeah.
Well, he must be an inside linebacker, or is he an outside linebacker?
I think he's an inside linebacker. No, I mean, I'm sorry, outside linebacker. Yeah, I was saying, because everybody was talking about him, and I said, what is this guy? This is just like Fred Warner. He works. He reminds you of Fred on the field. Word? Yeah. So I thought the 49ers might even be interested in picking him up. I bet he went somewhere, though. I don't think he got drafted, though.
You guys got that kid from Oklahoma State I saw, too.
Well, I'm looking for that kid. Who are you talking about? Let me look at my draft. Oklahoma State.
Can't think of his name right now.
I got it right here. I'm gonna come with a second. Oklahoma. Oh,
is his name Colin Oliver?
You're talking about Nick Martin.
Nick Martin. Yeah, y'all got him.
Yeah. So yeah, Nick Martin's getting a lot of love for the fact that he reminds people aesthetically of Dre Greenlaw. He is fast. He's a little undersized. Dre was a little undersized, but the dude benched how many reps? Did he do 21 reps? I don't care how big he is. The boy's got power. So I'll say, okay, we'll take him.
Ronbo, here's something to keep an eye on down the line. They're going to cut Christian Watson in Green Bay. Now, in 2022, when he came out, it was him and Romeo Doubs in the 4th round, Christian Watson in the 2nd, and they drafted another wide receiver. 2023, they drafted 3 more receivers. And one of them's their backup, the kid from came out of North Carolina, Dontavius Wicks. He's caught on him, Romeo Doubs. And they also got Bo Melton they drafted. Yeah. They drafted like 5 wide receivers in 2 of the last 3 years, and they drafted 2 this year. They drafted in the 1st round Matthew Golden out of Texas. They're going to cut Christian Watson as soon as they drafted him in the 1st round.
He stays laid up too much. Pick him up. Tony, you got to worry about it. Christian stays laid up too much. Christian Walker's been laid up every year since he came in the league.
That's true, but he doesn't have to be the number 1 or number 2. Just like if you guys picked him up, he wouldn't have to be out number 1 and number 2. Yeah. That way that pressure's off of him. I hope Green Bay does cut him, like I think they are, because they're deep at receiver.
In fact, when he was playing, the boy was just straight up money. So, yeah.
Yep, but he gets hurt all the time.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Man, I can't find him,
too. Matthew Golden out of Texas. He ran that 4.37 at the combine. He's going to take over for Christian Watson in the 1st round, too.
If Watson gets cut...
Isn't it funny how teams send messages to players and stuff, replace you without saying nothing.
Oh, because Pickens. Wait, is Pickens still in Pittsburgh?
Yes, sir.
Pickens,
yes, sir.
Pickens is mad as hell.
I don't know if they drafted the wide receiver. I don't think they did.
What, don't they owe him money now or something? Pickens says they act like they don't want me. So Pickens is acting like, oh, y'all go be, it's gonna be like that. So the Steelers are taking their time about paying him.
Yeah.
I says,
they hold all the cards.
When you said that catch you were supposed to make out going out of bounds, and you made a business decision on the catch and let it be known by everybody that that's what you did. I was laughing.
Ronbo, they say the way it's looking. David said this the last day of the draft that Mike Tomlin's been in talks with Aaron Rodgers. It looks like they are going to sign him. Nothing's been said yet.
I love it. And Rodgers acts like, well, I don't want to play. And, you probably need to play, man, because you're not fooling anybody. You're not tired of playing football. You want to play football, but you just want everybody to understand that you're going to call the shots. You're in charge. It's my offense now. He's messing with the wrong coach. That is not going to happen. Aaron's going to do like he's told, or else a legendary coach is going to say, look, Aaron, I'm going to have to talk to you after the game. There's some things we need to get straightened out. So,
God forbid, I hope nobody gets hurt during preseason. Somebody going to need a quarterback, and they're going to be calling us about Kirk Cousins, and we're going to say, here, take him. It's not going to happen.
I feel bad for you about that. Kirk Cousins did a better job. Tony, we got to go, though. I tell you what, I'll see you Sunday. Looking forward to it.
And the Rams beating their chest, talking about they helped us and all this. Oh. That first round pick that we gave them, Ronbo, it's going to be like in the high 20s because we going to the playoffs. It ain't going to be no low first round pick.
Yes. I hope so. Tony, I'm going to see you Sunday, and let's see what develops in the world of football. And that Falcons,
yes,
49ers,
sir. Ronbo,
we'll
talk Sunday about Kyle Hurd. He's at it again, talking, keep saying y'all old and all this crap, and then y'all far away from playing Purdy, which I know I heard y'all tonight. Y'all are close to paying him. Kyle Hurd's running his mouth.
All right. And remind me about him, too, Sunday. I love talking about him. All right, Tony. Have a great night.
All right. Take care, sir.
You too. Thank you. He goes, T for Tony. What is that linebacker that everybody thought was Fred Warner? I wonder where he is. I'll find him. Hey, fam, you know what? We're going to drop out. Thanks for that contribution tonight, and we will see you Sunday. I will not do the late thing again. I know. Rumble, you always say that. I know. I'm serious this time. I'm so serious. Love you, fam, and I'll see you Sunday. Don't forget to subscribe so I can show you I'm not going to be late Sunday. Niners.